What is good? What is good? Finally, we are here. Finally, we are live, ready to go. I watched most of the fights today. I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule bit by bit because obviously I have fucking competition coming up soon. But it's so difficult to actually get a sleep schedule right, man. I've been trying to do it for fucking like a week now. I can't actually get my sleep schedule correct. What's good, Amir? Let me go here. Let me do all the housekeeping shit. Over here, do this. How have you boys enjoyed the fight so far? I low-key think that the fights have been good so far. Amir, if you were a real one, you know that I talked about this last week. I said that last week. I said that I wouldn't be live for the main card. Let me go over here. Bang. What did I think about Ilia Topuria's brother? I low-key think, I don't know, like they fight the exact same. We haven't seen that many brothers inside the UFC, at least that I can remember, but they literally fight exactly like each other. I feel like his ceiling is probably just going to be like a worse Ilia Topuria. Like he does have that power. I was a little bit worried when they were going into that fight, kind of like halfway through that first round, because not that many people can fight like Ilia Topuria. Like Ilia Topuria is super like standoffish. He's going to wait for you to make a mistake and then he's going to kill you because he has elite power. I wasn't sure if Alexander Topuria had that same kind of power, and it's like, if you don't have that power, do not fight like Ilia Topuria because it's going to go absolutely terribly. You're going to lose all your fights. But he looked good. His grappling looks good. His striking looks good. Like, he looked good in that fight. Alexander Topuria peak. I feel like his peak is probably... See, it's so hard to judge because he went up against someone short notice that, like, might not be that good of a fighter anyway. I feel like putting a peak on him is kind of difficult right now, but I'll say top 5. I'll say his peak is top 5. You are late. Yeah, I know. It's because I have competition coming up soon. So the watch parties are going to be kind of, kind of sparse for the next few weeks up until the 1st of March. The 1st of March is when it should get back to normal because that's the day that I compete. Bro, what the fuck are these ads that they're showing right now on Sky, bro? These ads are fucking crazy. Make a video breaking down the heavyweight division. I was going to do a video talking about how to rebuild the heavyweight division. Johnny Walker and Walter Walker. Yeah, actually, that's true. That's another one. They're just both dog shit, so you probably want to cast them from your mind. Corey, 24 points in 9 minutes in the third quarter. Is Jimmy Butler playing today? Did he have his debut today? Because I know that LeBron and Luka were meant to be playing today. That's why they were on prime time. Because I was actually excited. It was meant to be the Nuggets and the Suns in prime time, but they said LeBron and Luka, so I was like, fuck it, okay, that's kind of valid for it to be prime time. Then neither of them played. You can sub someone while sleep deprived. I don't fucking know about that. I might be able to. But see, the thing is, like, you're just going to go up against a bunch of spazzy people. That's not the problem. Like, the problem is not the people that are good. I don't really have a problem with anybody that actually wants to do jiu-jitsu against me, just 1-for-1. My jiu-jitsu against your jiu-jitsu, I think I'll beat pretty much anybody. But the problem is the fucking little spazzy people that just run in there and they're like, just jumping at shit. The little wrestlers, the Dagestanis, they're the people that I don't want to go up against. Even the Dagestanis' technique's actually good. But people that like watch 1 or 2 Islam Makhachev compilations and just go in there and spaz. Yeah, I saw that the Lakers vetoed that trade, which is weird as fuck. His back or his foot or whatever it is must be super, super fucked up. Because if it wasn't super fucked up, there's no reason for them to veto that trade. Like, they know vetoing that trade that their center is going to be who? Jackson Hayes is going to be their starting center unless they can get somebody out in the buyout market. Like, they know that their shit's going to be super fucked up. Let me go over here and tweet that we're live too. UFC 312. Watch party. How would you boys rate this card out of 10 so far, though? How would you boys rate this card out of 10? I'm probably saying that so far it's actually been pretty good. So far, I'm probably giving it like a 7 out of 10. Like, we've had KOs, we've had a lot of finishes, we've had a lot of good fights. The only bad fight was that women's fight. Thoughts on Jack Jenkins getting finished? I thought that, I don't know, I was never super high on Jack Jenkins. He kind of got thrust into like the same conversations as like JDM and these other guys. So he kind of came up in that same kind of Australian wave, but I never thought he was actually that good. I'm happy to see that shooter box gym have a few more guys though, because bro, they only create fun fighters. Like, there's no shooter box fighters that come out and are just boring as fuck. Like Felipe dos Santos, he's shooter box. Obviously, Charles Oliveira, shooter box. Like, there's so many elite, entertaining fighters that come from there. So the more the better, to be honest. I'm happy that he lost. 5 out of 10, the fights are good, but 0 name value. So who gives a fuck? 6 out of 10. We are hardcores. We are not hardcores watching early prelims. You gotta watch the early prelims. The early prelims are a must to watch. The early prelims are a must to watch. To be fair, I wouldn't have watched the early prelims if I wasn't awake for them. My sleep schedule, I went to bed today at 1 p.m. Okay, this is actually how my last like 24 hours have gone. Okay, I woke up, or I went to sleep yesterday at 11 p.m. Not yesterday, like 36 hours ago, whenever I went to sleep at 11 p.m. Woke up at 1 a.m. Couldn't go back to sleep. Went to jiu-jitsu at 10 a.m. Left jiu-jitsu at 1 p.m. and then slept till 11 p.m. today. It was, my sleep schedule so fucked up, bro. The prelims were fire. I thought they were low-key good too, bro. I thought that the prelims were low-key good as fuck too. For like, just like UFC prelims, by the way, like the stream really quick, push it out to a little bit more people. Jubilee losing made my day. I'm going to talk about him. I'm going to give him a little bit of time in the, when I do the like biggest talking points after, but that guy's actually a disgrace to India, bro. Like, India don't have much when it comes to an MMA scene, and that guy's still a fucking disgrace. Still a disgrace to that Indian MMA community. One fight was a banger. Yeah, it was that third fight on the prelims. I can't remember what fight it is, but that fight was good as fuck. Jubilee stoppage was way too early. It was a bad stoppage, but Jubilee's a bum anyway. He's going to lose that fight. Like, I still can't believe Jubilee lost the fight because his opponent barked at him. Because his opponent barked at him, he was like, I can't take this anymore, and he broke. Damn, I've got, you know, the ESPN Plus and the actual legitimate stream down here. Boys, let me tell you, there is 0 delay in between them. There is 0 delay between this actual stream, this legitimate pay-per-view stream, and the ESPN Plus. This is fucking crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is like the legit place that you get the shit from. TNT Sports in Ireland. And it's like maybe a second behind. It's maybe like half a second behind. I was going to use the ESPN Plus as just instant replay. But now I need to find someone that's a little bit further behind this. This is too far ahead. How are all the boys doing though? Drop the link. It's not actually a link. It's more high tech than that. Links is like 2012 at most. This might be actually further ahead. I'm trying to find something that's far behind, because all I want is like, if there's like a flash knockdown or something, I can look down here and look back up and be like, oh shit. Rongsu got fight of the year so far, bro. That fight was elite. That was just like legit a top tier fight. They were scrapping. And even the Max Holloway thing at the end, that was fucking crazy too. The Chinese lightweight seemed good. 24-year-old with over 30 fights gave us a good fight. Yeah, he's gonna be a problem if he doesn't have like CTE by the time he's fighting, because he could. He straight up could just be someone that like does not make it out. Like, he has fought so much for being 24. He looks experienced, so he looks good as fuck. Okay, this is actually ahead of the actual stream. I'm not even trolling. The ESPN Plus that I have is actually ahead of the legitimate stream. I'm mind-blown right now. I'm mind-blown right now. Dana, what the fuck are we doing, brother? You want people to buy your pay-per-views? You want people to actually go out there and get you legitimately? This is ahead of where the legit stream is. How? How is this ahead of the legit channel? I can't believe this shit, boys. I literally can't believe this shit. The sitting down kick was nasty. Yeah, that was nasty as fuck, where he's sitting down, pops back up, and hits him right across the forehead with it. Have you seen Jubilee's Uber Eats profile? I saw that on Twitter. I just presumed that was fake, though. Is that shit actually real? If that shit's real, that's crazy. I heard that's the best legit site. ESPN Plus, bro. This shit is fast. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know what they're doing. They are tapped into the mainframe. Like, they've got the motherfucker with the cable right there. I'm fighting so hard to stay awake for one fight. Yeah. To be honest, like, the co-main and main event are both really, really good. I'm slightly worried because the same thing happened when it was the UFC, 306, when it was in the Sphere, that all of the fights kind of outside of that top 2, that top 3 were meant to be really, really bad, were meant to be really boring, but then they were sick fights. And then you got to the fights that were actually meant to live up to the hype. Sean O'Malley, Merab, Zhang Wei, or Alexa Grasso against Valentina Shevchenko, Diego Lopez against Brian Ortega, and most of those were fucking dog shit. Thoughts on Poirier's brother? He looked good. It's kind of hard to judge him off that performance. You can't take much away, but I can't really give him too much either, because it's like you fought somebody short notice. I gotta refresh this shit or something. I literally cannot believe that this is behind. How is this behind? What's good, triple threat? Like, do I need to fucking reboot this or something? This is also in worse quality than this too. Bro, Dana White's finished. I'll be real. Dana White's finished. This is on the big screen. I presume that it would be further behind. I might just have to swap my shit around. Francisco Prado, 22 years old. Oof. That is young, brother. That's young to be inside the UFC. I'm going to have to do another UFC 30 under 30 soon. How is Weili the underdog? I saw that too, bro. I was mind-blowing. Like, Zhang Weili, like, don't get me wrong, I like Tatiana Suarez, but we're going to put some money on Zhang Weili. We're gonna be betting on Zhang Weili. We're gonna go probably full underdogs. Full underdogs. I'm not gonna do a 5 for 5. We can do a 5 for 5 right now. If you want to put in your first 5 predictions for the main card, shit, do. But what I'm planning on doing is 3 for 3. With like the top 3 fights on this card, you get a Justin Tafa. Why do they have Jimmy Crute ahead of this? But looking at the odds for these fights really quick, Justin Tafa against Tyson Texera. Don't mind either person here, really. I think the odds are pretty good. I'd probably go Tyson. Jimmy Crute, Rodolfo Bellato, don't bet on that fight. Just don't bet on that fight. That is such a 50-50 random-ass fight. Zhang Weili, Tatiana Suarez, you gotta go Zhang Weili. Bro, like, these are crazy odds. These are crazy odds. Sean Strickland is that big of an underdog. I don't even really think that Sean Strickland's gonna win, but just the fact that he's that big of an underdog. Oh my God, I can't fucking say the word. I can't say the word underdog. I don't know if Taporia was good or if Thickness was ass. Thickness he's just probably not that good. And he took the fight short notice in a weird matchup. It's like, there's a lot of shit going against him. What is that legit stream called? Bro, this is like the actual legit way to buy pay-per-views. Like, this is TNT Sports. It's the way that you get them in Ireland. It's like the legit way to get them in Ireland. I can't, and it's further behind. And this one, it's not a stream. It's like, it's more complex than a stream. I can't, out myself just in case, Dana's watching, in case any UFC representatives are watching. We're watching this. I have this right here on the legitimate way to get it. I have it right here on the legitimate way to get it. TNT Sports Live. Thickness is pretty shit and I'm Australian. Yeah, it's kind of hard to judge him. It is kind of hard to judge him. Doesn't Strickland have staff? Yeah, but they all kind of come in with something. He definitely does have staff. Like, that looked nasty as fuck, the shit that was on his arm. I was looking at it originally and I saw it immediately and I was like, that's definitely staff. Because a lot of people see any kind of mark, any kind of cut anywhere on someone and they're like, staff. I don't really understand how UFC fighters get it that much too. Like, they must be training at some fucking dirty ass gyms, like legit dirt gyms. Because like nobody that I train with, most people have never gotten staff. Where it's like, I know a guy that's been training for 12 years, never gotten staff. Another guy that's been training like 8 years, never gotten staff. And they're the only people that I was talking to like yesterday about it. Like, they must be at dirty ass fucking gyms. No bullshit. Their gyms just must be dirty. Harry promotes illegal streams in his Discord. Never once in my life have I promoted an illegal stream in my Discord. In fact, I moderated as well as I can to stop legal streams. This is 4 seconds ahead. This is 4 seconds ahead of where the legit stream is. Okay, we're swapping it around after. We'll get the legit stream on the big screen and then as instant replay and ESPN Plus on the bottom screen. This fight's low-key been decent so far, though. I'm interested to see how Francisco Prado looks. We've actually got a good few Argentinian fighters coming through. I wonder what that kind of like wave of Argentinian MMA is. Because sometimes you'll see like not smaller countries, but smaller MMA countries kind of just randomly come through. Like, they've got Esteban Ribovic, they've got Francisco Prado. They've got a few good UFC fighters, the Argentinians, now. And I don't like, usually it's some fighter comes up. Usually it's some really, really good South American fighter comes up and that's what helps them. But it's kind of recently random. The 30 under 30 would be fire. So many fighters under 30 this card. Bro, there's a lot of good fighters under 30 this card too. Because most of the problem with the 30 under 30 is when you get to like 19, 20, 21, 22 and there's not that many fighters. But there's a ton of fighters now. I feel like the UFC has so many fighters. It's because inflation is kicking their ass. bro, like, at this point, there's not even a point in having the legit streams. Like, the legit way to get Sky Sports, the legit way to get TNT Sports. What is the point in fucking having this shit if it's going to be further behind? I'm going to need them. To be fair, they do send you like a little box thing to put it on. I might have to get them to send me out like the OG one. Mod me in the Discord. Trust, I will not be modding you in the Discord. I do not trust to mod you in the Discord. You are not trusted that highly. Let me whack on the timer for this shit too. Do you guys see the timer? Yeah, it's just in the corner. It's in the right spot. Timer still doesn't work. Well, it does work. It just doesn't count seconds correctly. It counts seconds too slowly. I still can't believe I got scammed like that. That's just outrageous. 2 minutes 15 left inside round one. Francisco Prado low-key looks good. Getting nice, good leg kicks. Getting that 1-2 working. He looks fluid on the feet. And usually what they'll give is they'll give just all the Australian fighters pretty easy fights just to, you know, like warm the crowd up a bit. But in this one, that's not what it looks like. It looks like they've kind of gone out here and given every single Australian difficult fight. DDP or Strickland, what do I think? So tough. I'd probably say DDP. Like, I think DDP will probably win the fight, but if you're asking me to bet on someone, like, I think Sean Strickland's too big of an underdog. I think it'll be a super, super close fight, similar to the first one. I think, like, the actual fight itself will be different, but the result, it being a split decision, will be close. We need to check his mod, brother. Joe Mama's fight. Why didn't you reply when I asked your thoughts? The fuck are you talking about, bro? Betting on Jimmy Crute in 2025, bro. There's some people that I just look at on the UFC roster and I'm like, it would be absolutely fucking criminal if I bet on that guy. Like, it would actually be criminal for me to sit here and bet on fucking Jimmy Crute in 2025. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself. I honestly would not be able to forgive myself if I bet on Jimmy Crute. 1 minute left inside round one. Nice takedown by Francisco Prado. Ends up in close guard, or ends up in a variation of close guard. I did see, who was it that was doing like all the 10th? It was Colby Thickness. He was doing like all the 10th planet jiu-jitsu shit earlier. That was fucking mind-blowing to me. Like, he was going to Rico Plata's. Was it a Rico Plata? I forget what that's called. It's the one where he pulled his ankle under his chin and tried to finish him that way, bro. He's doing like weird jiu-jitsu that I didn't even know that they did in Australia. Like, I didn't even know that there was that big of a 10th planet scene in Australia. Theory, Sean is hating on Hamzat so much he can just build a pipe for a Hamzat fight. So he can, even if he loses, he just gets another title shot soon because of the beef, or he's just an idiot. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but I think Sean Strickland's not like thinking like 5D chess like that. Like, I think Sean Strickland's probably just thinking like, oh yeah, fuck Hamzat, he's a bit of a bitch. Yeah, I'd slap the fuck out of him. It would be 5D chess for him to be like, I'm going to start this beef earlier so I can get a title shot easier. I also feel like if he loses this fight, a title shot's going to be hard for him to get. Unless he beats like Imavov, unless he beats Kai O'Brien, unless he beats someone that's like actually top tier, I don't think he's going to be able to beat it. Go Plata, that's what it is. I was trying to think in my head because there's so many Plata submissions. Plata must mean something in Brazilian or something, but there's so many Plata Brazilians in jiu-jitsu. There's Omo Plata, Tarico Plata, Go Plata, the Boston Crab. But an Indian scammer can. Bro, the Indian scammer is Anshul Jubilee. Like, if you know the way that like Conor McGregor got a lot of people in Ireland to start training MMA because they're like, oh my God, look at this Conor McGregor guy. I want to be like Conor McGregor. If I was the UFC, I'd cut Anshul Jubilee because you're missing out on a whole market. Imagine you're an Indian guy and you're watching MMA and you're like, oh yeah, let me see this Indian fighter. I want to be like him. If you saw Anshul Jubilee in there, you'd fucking stop watching the UFC. Thoughts on the Anthony Hernandez title run? It's on the way. It's on the way. I promise you, brother, that Anthony Hernandez title run is on the way. He's so good. He's someone that I called out like a year and a half ago, put him on a prospect list, and he's one of the top contenders in the UFC for me right now. Like, pound for pound, top contenders, I think he's one of the best guys. Lightning cannot be trusted as a mod. Yeah. Probably means like a hold or a grab. It actually does. I'm going to look it up because I'm fucking interested. But then, like, go, they probably do mean something. Let me look up what does plata mean in Portuguese. Because I presume it's Portuguese. No, that's English. I want you to swap them around. Beach? That doesn't make any sense. Silver. Apparently, plata. What if I do go plata? Go-Go Plata is just Go-Go Plata. There's, it's got to mean something more than that. It's got to mean more than that. Fluffy's him, bro. One of the best fighters inside the UFC right now. In terms of like contenders. Obviously, he's not on a pound for pound list, but he's good as fuck, bro. Jake Matthews is so incredibly talented, bro. All of the people that just, it seems like the UFC just pick out some dick rider tweets when they throw them on the broadcast. Like, there was like a 115-pound unranked women's fight that was probably one of the most boring fights I've ever seen in my entire life. It was like some shitty early prelim. And all of the tweets about it were just like, this is one of the most intense, ferocious fights I've ever seen in my entire life. Hashtag UFC 312. Do a watch party for your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition? How would I do a watch party for my competition? I'm the one that's competing. I'm still alive? Damn. I actually like King Von's music a lot. Or I used to listen to it a ton. I don't really listen to it that much anymore. But when I was like 16, 17, 18, bro, I was bumping King Von. I was bumping King Von. I thought about doing a video about like the build up to my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition, but I was like, that's a lot of editing. You know what I mean? That's a lot of editing. And then I have to have someone there film it for me. That's a lot. That's a lot. Significant strikes so far. Francisco Prada 35, Jake Matthews 38. I honestly low-key think that Francisco Prada looked better inside this like first round and a half, but I haven't been locked in. Put a camera on your head. That would be the fucking worst, bro. Imagine I'm in a triangle or something and the camera gets stuck. 2 minutes 40 left inside round two, nearly halfway through round two, nearly halfway through the fight. That was a really, really nice uppercut by Jake Matthews. Nice little right uppercut right to the chin. Francisco Prada, he keeps on shooting in on these like weird double legs. He shoots a double leg the way that I shoot it, where it's like, I'm shooting this double leg, but I don't even really want to finish it. I'm just kind of hope that you stuff it so I can pull guard. Harry, I realized who I really am. I'm a lesbian. Good for you, brother. Good for you. My day's been good, Cal. How's your day been? How have all the boys' day been? Good little Saturday? Bro, I'm not going to lie. I kind of went rogue earlier today. Where I was like eating food. It was kind of like 11 p.m. I woke up. I was hungry. Most time I'm not that hungry because I've been intermittent fasting. I've been trying to keep the weight down. Stepped on the scale today like 3 weeks before competition. We're on weight, so I'm pretty much fine. But I went downstairs today 11 p.m. I was hungry, bro. I ate 2 bagels, 2 mini twisters, and like 4 cream crackers. I don't know if you guys have those, but cream crackers. I think you guys call them. I'm trying to think what they're called in America. Maybe they're just called the same shit in America. But bro, the cream crackers were fire. The 2 bagels were hitting. The mini twisters were god tier. But that's like all of my calories for the day that I ate inside 30 minutes, just like binged. My friend's asking me what happened to Jubilee fight. Looks like I'll have to take matters into my own hands and go to the UFC. Somebody needs to get revenge from, bro. Somebody needs to get revenge from. And it's not going to be the other Indian in the UFC that's fighting. She's fighting Shauna Bannon. I ate 2 bagels today as well. Low-key, after I ate the 2 bagels too, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I was having a quick shower before I threw on the stream, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I'm not bullshitting you, bro. I'm not bullshitting you. My heart started like pumping. It started hurting like shit. And I was thinking to myself, like, damn, I better have a fucking heart attack at the age of 21. And then I thought to myself, no, it's just because you ate like 400 grams of carbs. It's been chill today. Think I got a new COVID or something. I haven't been able to sleep today and had a fever for like the last 20 hours. The only way I feel good is if I smoke. Damn, you think it'd be the opposite. Anytime I get a cold or anything, like, I don't want to let anything get into my lungs, bro. I don't want to let anything get into my lungs. I just followed you on Twitter. Follow back. You ain't Drake. I don't know if I'm going to follow you back. What are you giving me? No, I'm trolling. I will. If I see it, I will. What do you boys think about the Super Bowl tomorrow? Actually, for people talking about my hairline, because I just saw you say 21 on the hairline is cooked. I got probably the greatest compliment I've ever gotten in my entire life. I was at the barbershop, little new cut. I was at the barbershop yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I was at the barbershop. And I was talking to my guy, Sean, who cuts my hair. And he said to me, your hairline's getting a lot better. Because I was talking to him about competing, and I was talking to him about jiu-jitsu. He's kind of like, I think he's done jiu-jitsu before in his life. I know he's done jiu-jitsu, but some of the advice he gives me is like just fucking crazy, where it's like, brother, what the fuck are we talking about? But he's such a funny guy, bro. But he was telling me my hairline's gotten better. He said ever since I started doing jiu-jitsu, my hairline hasn't gone back any further. Like, do you know how big of a compliment that is for me? He was like, yeah, no, your shit was going back crazy fast. Like, your shit was receding at an unforeseen speed. And he was like, but then you started jiu-jitsu. And I was like, that's the cure. That's the cure. But what do you boys think about the Super Bowl tomorrow? I'm excited for the Super Bowl. I kind of want both teams to lose. You know what I mean? I'd like a little Bane situation where you have, you know, Bane in The Dark Knight Rises. That's actually a movie I might watch today. I want to watch some movies today because I got to stay up all day. What about you, though? How are you like an NFL team? I'm a huge 49ers fan. Are you receding or do you just have a big forehead? No, we're receding. The receding stopped for a minute, but we are receding. My son is ruining his life with haircuts. But, you know, that was the best compliment that my barber ever could have gave me. He also said I look skinny when I walked in. And I was like, all right. Because we're at 77 kg right now, which is competition weight. That's comp weight right there. What do I think about the whole Canelo situation? What's good, Fat Tony? But what do I think of the whole Canelo situation? It's a weird one because if you're asking me my legit opinion, we saw Jake Paul put out some like face-off thing with his brother where I was like, this is obviously just for promotion. And then we saw a bunch of rumors just out of nowhere being like, him and Canelo are fighting. Him and Canelo are going to fight. This is a done deal, him and Canelo. I just think it's all marketing material for whatever Jake Paul's going to put out next. He's going to put out some product or he's going to say like he's joining the WWE or it's going to be something stupid like that. And I think that's what this is all for. All of this kind of Jake Paul getting his name in the headlines and Jake Paul doing some marketing campaigns. Like, I think it's all to just set up some business that he's going to do. Bro, doing anything for the extra tips, Al Barber. Nah, he's my guy. He was the one that originally told me that I was going to need to go to Turkey. So he's not just doing shit for the extra tips. Kanye is going crazy on Twitter. I did see that. I did see Kanye going kind of rogue on Twitter, which is kind of crazy. Both fan bases are horrible, but I'll root for the Eagles. I hate the Eagles, man. I hate the Eagles. I hate the Chiefs. Like, I honestly just want neither team to win. Rumors that Canelo's just using Jake for negotiations. That's also another thing that could be true. I actually didn't think about that. That Canelo could just be using Jake to get his money up. Because I was thinking to myself, like, the only way that Canelo can actually make that much money is a Jake Paul-Canelo fight. As a Mexican, I'll tune in because when Canelo fights, it's a Mexican holiday. Bro, imagine being that fucking famous and that big in your own country that when you fight, it's a national holiday. Like, everybody, like, just country shuts down. Who do I got, Strickland or DDP? I was talking about it earlier. I'm probably saying that DDP, I'm predicting DDP, but if you're asking me who to bet on, I'm saying bet on Sean Strickland because I think he's too big of an underdog. We all know you're the one supplying Conor the lines, brother. I couldn't have the fucking supply for that. It would be up to my fucking room, bro. It would be everywhere, encased all around me. But let's just say Conor McGregor's made some Albanians very, very, very rich. You know what I mean? There's an Albanian out there that can dedicate his entire house, his cars, his kids going to school, all to the fact that Conor McGregor exists. And he's a big fan of that nose candy. It's not because Canelo is good, it's because Mexico is poverty. I don't know. Mexico are a country. I'd rather be a country that's good at some things rather than a country that's like mid at everything. You know what I mean? Or that's really good at some things. Like Ireland have some really good things. They're pretty good at MMA. You know what I mean? You have Conor, you have Ian Gary. They're really, really good at rugby. They're like one of the best at rugby in the planet. And then they're like pretty shit at soccer, pretty shit at or football, pretty shit at like almost every other sport that they do. Much love from Texas. I appreciate that, Tony. The Texas boys down there. I'd love to go to Texas, man. Texas just seems like it's a place where you get some good food. You know what I mean? Texas seems like they do a mean cheesecake. A mean little cheesecake, some milkshakes. Seems like you get good steak, good ribs over there. What did I think of Benavidez versus Morales? It was actually a good fight. It was a good fight. There was one awful scorecard in there. It was like 116, 108. I was like, what the fuck? But Benavidez, I'm not sure about him at 175. I still have kind of this like glimmer of hope. Same thing that I do with the John Jones Aspinall fight, that maybe we're gonna get to see that happen, but I don't know. We have a movie actor here. A whole state gets a holiday on his movie release. Happened multiple times. Fuck. Had some Biscoff cheesecake today, bro. The food that I'm gonna eat as soon as I'm done, as soon as my competition's finished, the food I'm going to eat is going to be insane, bro. It's going to be insane. That watch party that night, I forget what fights that is, but I think it's that Royval card. I think it might be Royval against it's Royval against Manel Cape, right? Because that fight got taken off. What's good, Tony? What's good? Peace and love. Anshul retired. Did he actually? That would not surprise me. If I was the UFC, I've cut him. And low-key, everybody called me out and everybody was talking shit to me for saying that Jairzinho and Pavlovich should get cut. The next day, Jairzinho Rosenstruik, gone. I wonder which US state has the most bodies. It's probably Florida. I don't know. But the US does have a fuck ton of bodies, bro. Like, anytime you go on Instagram Reels, anytime you go anywhere where you're going to see a lot of girls, they're just all in some sorority in the US, and they're just all bad as fuck, bro. Like, they're just all disgustingly good looking. I miss Zhu Rong's fight, bro. That name sounds so racist, man. That name sounds so racist. But that was a fantastic fight. That was probably fight of the night so far, low-key. He went to the Uber Eat Fight League. Honestly, I don't think he'd survive in GFL. I think that Anshul Jubbly would be a bottom 50% fighter in GFL. I wonder why they cut Biggie Boy but not Ty. Bro, Ty's just never going to fight again in the UFC. Did you see Tai Tuivasa, bro? I was watching him on Embedded and at that press conference. Bro, that guy's legit about fucking 400 pounds, bro. That guy is legitimately about 400 pounds. I'm not even trolling. Just you wait, Amir. It's only going to get worse and worse. There's a few guys that are inching towards... like French champions. There's a few Frenchies that are inching towards that UFC championship, and that could get bad. That could get bad for me. Like, I could get cancelled. I'm not sure if people really do get cancelled anymore. Yeah, no, but I think Tai Tuivasa is either never going to fight inside the UFC again, or he's probably going to get cut. Because let me look him up, bro. Let me look up this fucking photo of Tai Tuivasa. Tai Tuivasa. Wow. Let me go over here. Why are none of the actual photos popping up? That's 2018. Let me see this shit. Because Tai Tuivasa actually used to be decent. And now he's just gone to shit. Can you show me the photo of him from yesterday? Like, at the press conference? There's no way this isn't, like, the first thing that pops up. Is there nothing in the news here? There's shit on his Instagram, but bro, like, he's huge. Like, Tai Tuivasa is huge. Let me just actually click on this really quick. Look how fucking big Tai Tuivasa is, bro. He looks like one of those he looks like an NFL O lineman, bro. He legit looks like an offensive lineman. Jake Matthews won that fight, by the way. It was actually pretty convincing in the end. It wasn't all that close of a fight. Francisco Prado looks good. He looks a little bit undersized, and two, he just, like, he doesn't have the experience that he needs. Probably just getting ready for the ultra heavyweight. He's getting ready for that open weight class. What happened to the heavyweight division? We used to have goats like Kane and JDS. Now we have Tai Tuivasa and Derek Lewis. Bro, trust me. Like, the heavyweights had the greatest fall off we've ever seen in the UFC division. Real ones have seen Fat Harry. I can actually show a photo to you because I was talking to my coach about it the other day. Because most people that I do jiu-jitsu with have no idea that I was ever fat. But I can show you a photo of it. It was somewhere in my favorited photos. You want to see a photo of me, like, back in the past when I was a big dog. This was me when I was big. Look, I'll show it to you. I wonder if it's going to pick it up properly. Focus. Don't focus on me. That's me when I was a big dog, man. That was me when I was big as fuck. JDM in the crowd. Shout out JDM. Him against Leon Edwards is going to be sick, bro. Him against Leon Edwards is going to be sick. I doubt you've ever seen that photo before. You've probably seen different ones, but I don't think I've ever showed that photo anywhere. Crazy to think he was one win away from fighting Jones. Who, Tai Tuivasa? Oh yeah, I suppose he actually kind of was. In an alternate universe where Tai Tuivasa beats John Jones. How old are you in that pic? Probably like 16, 15, 16. I was big. I was a big boy. And then obviously you find jiu-jitsu, you find boxing, and all of a sudden you're not big anymore. I mean, why are you timing people out, bro? Don't time anybody out. If you start timing people out that don't deserve to get timed out, I'm just going to take away your mod. Don't time. There's not a single person that you should time out. Literally not a single person. Unless they're like spamming a slur, I don't really care what anybody is saying. Do you think rugby or MMA gives worse CTE? MMA, definitely. MMA, like rugby, you do get CTE because there's a lot of collisions and stuff. But like MMA, you're legit getting hit in the head. Can someone send the Discord link? I got you. I'll send it in. Fuck me, man. I just clicked the wrong button. Go here, copy. Now I have to go over here, video details. Go all the way to get across to here. I should just sign in over on this because this is just like the chat thing over here. It's not, I can't actually type in it. Let me go over here. Now, rugby by a lot. Do you actually think so? Why do you think rugby gives you more CTE? I think that rugby gives a lot less just because you're not actually getting hit in the head. Is there like, I don't know, is there like a clinical study on it or some shit? Does anybody actually have like a good answer? Just keep saying something went wrong, man. YouTube, fix your fraudulent platform, man. I don't know how I meant to put shit in here. Let me go over here. Let me go over here. Actually, I can do it this way. I found a workaround, boys. I found a workaround. Nice. I did the fucking same thing I did last time. Why, when it says hidden, use copy button, and I click the copy button, it just copies the words? I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna lose it with that, with this shit, man. Why would you just use the words? Okay, let me turn this shit off. Turn this off. Look at the dedication that I have to go to, man. The dedication that I have to go through to make shit happen. DDP by accidental submission. I'd love to see what an accidental submission could even look like inside the UFC. What would an accidental submission be? Let me go over here. It's on the wrong account too. It'll work. It's fine. Let me go over here. Finally. There we go. Okay, it worked. It's not the direct hit, it's the shock after the impact. Is that what it is? I thought it was like your head like snapping backwards, you know what I mean? This is why you're the GOAT, bro. This is why, going through the dedication, I gotta go through a lot of shit to get to this point, you know what I mean? I have to, bro, that's the stupidest shit I've ever seen, though, that it says hidden, use copy button. I use the copy button and it copies the words. DDP trips into an Uga Plata. An Uga Plata is, that is something else. DDP by spinning backflip. I could see DDP actually finishing him by probably like, I'm going to say like he's sprawling on a takedown and he accidentally knees him or some shit. Not a clue if anybody can do it, but it's most definitely him. Yeah, no, an accidental submission is something that DDP would pull off. I'm trying to think what accidental submissions, because like there is ways you can get accidental submissions in jiu-jitsu where you're not looking for that, but that's what you use. The easiest one is like reverse triangle. Like a reverse triangle, technically you're trying to choke them out, but it just kind of turns into like a little shoulder lock, like a shoulder crank if you do it wrong. How many alt accounts does the Diddy Meister have? That's the real question. Certified boy lovers. That's a name I made. I made it when Drake put his album out because I was like, you know, that's actually pretty funny. But yeah, no, I am probably on a watch list somewhere. But you know, that's what it is. That's the game. Have you seen the Guna side? I did see that. That was funny as fuck. It's also as funny as fuck that like, bro, I saw someone walk into it was like an In-N-Out or something with a microphone and just started like going, say his name. Is Izzy retiring? What the fuck? Why are they showing like a compilation of Izzy? Is Izzy retiring? Or is that fight just getting put in the Hall of Fame? Hold on a minute. I'm so confused, bro. This shit is so confusing when you don't have any audio. If you have no audio, bro, like, I literally don't. I think this fight's just getting put in the Hall of Fame. I think, yeah, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense than Izzy retiring, just sitting there in the crowd. Glazing Calvin versus Izzy on the pay-per-view is crazy. I presume that they're putting it in the Hall of Fame. That's the only thing that makes sense. If they're just showing this, they show this. It's like, bro, what are we doing? I think Strickland's defense won't be as good because of his infection. Most of the time with staff most time doesn't actually, like, it just kind of makes you kind of weaker. You know what I mean? Like, it'll just make him that little bit weaker. Yeah, it did get put in the Hall of Fame, by the way, that Gastelum Adesanya fight. I've never been on the antibiotics, but it's the antibiotics that fuck you up, not anything else. Izzy, what is that jacket you're wearing, brother? That shit is fucking awful. Oh, he said, Calvin, you and me, Calvin. I thought that he was calling somebody out. Shout out Izzy, though. He does look kind of fly. The jacket's just about 4 sizes too small for him. If the jacket actually fit him, that fit would low-key be kind of hard. Izzy needs to retire before he turns into Tony. I could use one headphone. No, but I feel like that fucks me up when I'm speaking, though, because it's like you're hearing somebody while you're trying to speak at the same time. It's weird as fuck. Thoughts on the card so far? I low-key think the card's been good, bro. I think the card's been good. Like, that fight was pretty good. We haven't had... The only bad fight we've had on this card is the women's MMA fight. And anytime you have a women's MMA fight, there's a 90% chance it's going to stink. So you're kind of going into it and the expectations are already really low. They just didn't get any lower. Amir is one of my other alt accounts. Damn. Just got every single alt account on the planet. Amir kind of does give me alt vibes. Amir, bro, if you've got the dedication to go through all of that, that is kind of crazy. If you're Amir, you're Diddy, you're King Von, there's a lot of motherfuckers that are influential in this chat that you control. You've almost monopolized the Harry 101 live chat. Is he Fluffy will be announced? I don't think that they're going to give him Fluffy. I'd be pissed if they gave him Fluffy. I'd be like, bro, come on. Can we give this guy a fucking break and give him like Kelvin again or something? I don't know. Give him Kevin Holland. Him versus MVP at 185, even though they're friends, I think that fight would be sick, bro. I think that would be a sick fight. Can we get this next fight rocking out, bro? Can we get these guys rolling? Because we're only looking forward to the top 2 here. The top 2 is really the only shit that actually matters. The rest of it is mid at best. You know what I mean? We need the top fights. I don't need a 10-minute intro for 2 guys that I don't really give a fuck about. You know what I mean? We're getting Jimmy Crute and Rodolfo Bellato out here, and they're getting full-on, like, championship fight intros. They're getting Khabib versus McGregor type promo. He's actually Diddy. I'm not Diddy, I promise. I also saw, bro, one of the weirdest things about that Kanye West rant was that he, like, started following Diddy, and he was like, Diddy did nothing wrong, man. Diddy was actually a good guy. And then I was like, bro, Kanye, what the fuck? Like, one of your big talking points, well, one of the things that people like about Kanye is that, like, he called out Diddy fast as fuck, you know what I mean? Now he's going back, and he's saying that Diddy's one of the greatest, and I'm like, okay, we gotta chill, Kanye. That's something Diddy would say. That does sound like something that Diddy would say. Diddy would say that I'm not Diddy. Yeah, he said free Puffy, and then he started following only, like, the Yeezy brand and Diddy on Instagram, and I was like, brother, what the fuck are we doing, Kanye? Someone's got something over his head. That 19-second KO was fire. I was watching at the gym. Bro, you're getting UFC pay-per-views on at the gym? What kind of bougie-ass gym are you at? You must be at some fucking crazy gym. Your shit must be hundreds a month. I'd just go there, watch the pay-per-views. Shit, you can work out. There's like a fucking banger. You got Dricus du Plessis, Sean Strickland that get you to do like that extra few kilometers. Kanye's just craving attention. He is kind of. He likes to see his name in the headlines, for sure. 2025 is off to an insane start. Bro, 2025 is already going super fast. Like, we're already 5 weeks into 2025. We're a 10th of the way into 2025. That's kind of fucking insane, low-key. Like, it feels like that like New Year's daytime was legit like yesterday. He could be watching this shit on his phone. Bro, Diddy, I'd say that Diddy probably likes the UFC. Especially, bro, how many corners is that motherfucker in? Yanis Belagri. He's in Alex Pereira's corner. He's in Rodolfo Bellato's corner. He's in fucking legit. Oh, Alex Pereira's in his corner too. What the fuck is going on here? Does he train with Alex Pereira? I thought for some reason I thought that Rodolfo Bellato trained in for some reason I thought he trained in America. Am I wrong on that? Does he train in Brazil? Alex Pereira in the corner is kind of sick. How many people is Alex Pereira cornering tonight? Because he's cornering Strickland. He cornered someone on the early prelims. Now he's cornering Rodolfo Bellato as well. Did he likes women's MMA? Yeah, I'm sure he fucking does, bro. I'm sure he loves men's MMA too. I'm sure he loves fucking Merab Balashvili. Just sits there and hugs another man for 25 minutes. Diddy was a guy to go fishing with, brother. If you're going fishing with Diddy, you better be very sure you got a life jacket because he's gonna throw you in that motherfucker. I literally have 10 Google accounts. So those count as alt accounts. I don't use them for YouTube. To be fair, I have a ton of Google accounts too. Like, I have a ton of Google accounts. Most of them I don't ever use. Most of them are just like the most random shit on the planet. But there's a ton of Google accounts that I have. Merab is my favorite fighter. That doesn't surprise me, Diddy. That does not surprise me, not one bit, Diddy. Bro's going to be yelling out Shama, de Shama, and the fighter automatically wins by left hook KO. I think that Alex Pereira is one of the worst people you could have in the corner. I don't know. Maybe he's going to turn out to be incredible in the corner. He's going to be calling out shit. He's going to be calling out setups. But like Alex Pereira, I just feel like would not say shit to you in the corner. You know what I mean? I just feel like Alex Pereira is not going to be a guy that's very vocal, actually calling shit out. I could see Alex Pereira, though, just like being one of those people like that clip of Khabib where Usman has a choking and he starts to do it to Umar. I could imagine Alex Pereira like see a shot line up and start throwing left hooks in the corner. I have 4 Google accounts and 3 of them are from work. Damn, you have 3 from your work? I have like 10 Google accounts. I'm not going to lie to you. Ooh, Kellen Moore is expected to become the New Orleans Saints head coach, barring any unexpected developments. I'm also Harry. I'm typing this message underneath the desk. Diddy's got links everywhere. Diddy's got links everywhere. Damn, Rodolfo Bellato's only 29 too. I thought he was old as fuck. What would Pereira do in Strickland's corner? Lol, is there going to be a translator? Bro, I genuinely do not understand what he could do. Like, what he could do in that corner. Like, he's one of those people, like, there's some people where they're not good fighters, but they're incredible trainers. There's some people where they're great fighters, good trainers, and then there's some people that are great fighters and cannot train anybody. Like, how is Alex Pereira meant to coach anybody? What can he coach people in? You know what I mean? I'm going to coach you in having incredible power. I'm going to coach you in having, like, incredible kickboxing. Well, I suppose he can coach the kickboxing bit, but, like, Alex Pereira's power, you can't coach somebody in that. That's just God-given. The Merab and Aljo friendship made me a big fan. I don't fuck with either of them, really. That's actually a lie. I don't mind either of them. I just don't really like either of them. Aljo, I don't mind. I don't like Merab's fighting style. Aljo, I actually quite like his fighting style. Just because I think that he's got insane jiu-jitsu. Bendingo, Australia, plus 125 underdog. Bro, low-key, those 205ers, none of them are actually that tall. Like, for 205, you're only 6'2". 6'2" at 205. That's worse than being on an alt. Bro has that baby oil chemistry. I got links with Diddy, but I'm not Diddy's alt account. Unless you speak Brazilian, it makes no sense having him in the corner. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Or, well, Portuguese, I suppose, because Brazilian's not even a language. I've made that mistake at least 20 times. Do you have no idea the amount of comments that I got on a YouTube video when I talked about someone speaking Brazilian instead of Portuguese? Every single comment talked about how it's Portuguese is the language, not Brazil. Portuguese is the language, not Brazil. Or I'm maxing. Imagine Sean Strickland, Alex Pereira walkout. That would be kind of fire. This fight has begun, though. 4 minutes 40 in round 1. I'll put the timer on. Because technically, this is what, like the second fight on the main card. This is meant to be a big fight. Like, these are meant to be ranked opponents. This is meant to be really, really good guys. The good thing is, though, this is probably the worst pay-per-view we're going to get in the entire year. And we get it out the way kind of early. You know what I mean? Like, if there's a pay-per-view that's this bad in terms of how stacked it is, I'm going to be very surprised. I'm going to be very, very surprised. I'm actually going to order that clock soon today. I need to get, like, sticky notes. You know those sticky notes? People, like, put them up on screens and shit to do all this different type of shit? That's, I need to get those and start whacking them on stuff. What site to use to stream it? I don't know. You're going to have to ask somebody else that. I get all my shit legitimately. To be fair, the fact that they speak Portuguese in Brazil is common knowledge. Is literally one of the biggest countries in the world. Yeah, no, it is common knowledge. But it's also, it's one of those things that, like, you could easily talk about someone speaking Brazilian if you're just, like, talking fast and not thinking. Like, if someone asks you, they're going to say, oh, like, they're going to be like, what language do they speak in Brazil? You can say Portuguese, but if you're just, like, flowing, you know what I mean? It doesn't really come out like that. Thoughts on Saruki and Chandler? I think the fight's probably, like, I think that fight's just not that good of a fight. Like, Sarukian's going to go out there and bully him. Michael Chandler continues to fail up somehow, but shit. It doesn't really bother me that much, that fight. Did you vote for Trump or Harris? I voted for the real guy in America, Bryce Mitchell. That's probably not actually a good guy to say that I voted for right now. Who's a better guy? Who's a better guy that I could have voted for? If I could vote in the US election, who gets my vote? It's a good question. It's going to have to be Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt's the next president of America. Imagine if Strickland wins, bro. Like, that's not that crazy to me. Like, I would not be surprised if Strickland goes out there and beats him. I really would not be that surprised. Vote Yeet, bro. Kanye would have been so funny to have as a president. Ooh, Darce attempt now lost it. Rodolfo Balado gets back into his guard. Bro, it still blows my mind that close guard is so shit in MMA. It's legit unbelievable in jiu-jitsu. Also saw someone else today go for K guard, which I haven't seen like anybody do in MMA. It's what I do in jiu-jitsu all the time. Covington for president, that would be another fucking good one. DJ for president, that's not bad. It's probably Joe Rogan though. Like, if you asked me to vote, I'd probably give it to Joe Rogan. I feel like he'd probably do a decent job. That's the only good 155 contender fight right now, is that Saruki and Chandler. I feel like that you could get way better ones. Like, even running back Saruki and Oliveira, I think would be better. I still need to flick my shit around. Bro, it's so high D on this screen, it's legit 240p on this screen. It'd be funny as fuck if Chandler just froze Armin with an overhand. If Chandler Chandler is someone that he has this skill to knock out Armin Tsarukyan. Will he actually do it? Definitely not, but he does technically have the skill to knock out Armin Tsarukyan. Hear me out, Dana White for president? I feel like he's going to end up running at some point. I feel like Dana White's going to go for president. Actually, maybe not, because he probably likes the UFC too much. But I feel like we're going to see people like that go for president, and it's going to be like, he's going to be going up against like LeBron James or something. Like, LeBron's for sure going for president at some point. I like Joe Rogan until I got my info up and realized that he's just spreading misinformation. Joe Rogan don't know shit about muscle building and diet. I don't know. Joe Rogan's in pretty good shape. Joe Rogan's in pretty good shape, and he's pretty old, so he's got to be doing some shit right. Most of the shit that I've heard from Joe Rogan in terms of diet, like, diet isn't the same for everybody too. Diet's like completely different depending on the person that you are. Like, I've tried the carnivore diet that Joe Rogan did. It is like, you do lose lots of weight on it, but I think it's unsustainable. I like intermittent fasting, but you just kind of have to go through a bunch of shit and see what you like. Remember the one chip challenge 2 years ago? Yeah. It's still like the only clip that's still saved. If you went to my Twitch today, that would be the only clip I think that you could still see. Or there's a few other clips from the past, but I think that's like the main one. Like the featured highlight. These guys are kind of scrapping low key. Like, when they're on the feet, they're just kind of going for it, swinging. I had to see what happened there, bro. I saw the knockdown on the screen above before I saw it on the screen below, but I could kind of see it like corner of my eye. I just saw him get the chicken legs. Can Jimmy Crute get a finish? 6 seconds, 5 seconds? Trying to ground and pound him out. Referee's not going to call it. Manages to survive. Rogan says that you get hungrier eating pasta. Does he say that you get hungrier eating pasta, or that he gets hungry eating pasta? Because I find that that's what, like, a lot of people, like, for some people that's what it is. For me, I get pretty full eating pasta, but it's also, it depends on where you're eating pasta. It depends on what kind of pasta you're eating. Like, it depends on a whole bunch of shit. Joe does spread some false information, but the point is he believes in it. That's what matters. And most of the time he'll get it from somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, he'll get it from some kind of expert. Who's the chick that was laughing at you that he does? What do you mean? Who's the chick that was laughing at me? I don't know. P. Diddy on his predator shit? Bro, P. Diddy's a bit of a menace. A bit of a menace. Tito Ortiz for president? Tito Ortiz would probably be, like, if I'm picking out top 5 worst guys to be the president right now, Tito Ortiz has got to be up there. It's got to be Tito Ortiz. It's got to be TJ Dillashaw. Who else is up there? That guy, I don't know. I don't know what that guy's name is, but that guy that was like, I can't remember what that guy's name is, but he looks weird. He looks weird. He looks a little bit fruity. He looks weird. I don't like the look of him. Round 2 has begun, though. Bro, 205 is just so... Like, it's honestly embarrassing that they couldn't put together 2 ranked 205ers. Like, there's 30 people at that 205 pound division. There's legit 30 people at that 205 pound division. TJ's a scumbag. He's one of the worst people on the planet. In the 1 chick challenge, some chick kept coming in and laughing at you. Oh, that was my sister. 4 minutes 20. 4 minutes 20 left inside round 2. 10-8. Henry Cejudo says 10-8, Jimmy Crute. I'm not sure I'd say 10-8. I feel like 10-8's a bit much. I suppose he did kind of nearly finish him towards the end of that round. If you eat 50 grams of carbs, you get sleepy. That's true. Carb overload. I definitely ate my 50 grams of carbs. Definitely ate 50 grams of carbs, and I'm starting to feel it a little bit right now. I'll tell you boys. LeBron would not be good either. Yeah, but LeBron's got like a big enough name that I think if LeBron went for president right now, he'd get a good amount of votes. Bro, it's awful. Like that 1 chip challenge is just absolutely terrible. I haven't done it in ages, but bro, it stinks. One of the big things that I do now, I always find like when you're dieting, I find you watch a whole bunch more like food videos. Like I've watched so many food tier lists. I've watched so many like Five Guys tier list, all that type of shit. Just because I'm thinking about food constantly. I'm thinking about, I saw Five Guys tier list. I saw milkshake tier list, burger tier list. Don't let this distract you from the fact that Dontel Mars is currently ranked right now. I don't know how, because Dontel Mars is literally a bomb. He's a full-on bomb. That looked like an eye poke there for a second. I can't wait, boys. Next week, I guarantee you, okay? I full-on guarantee you next Sunday, this is a legit Harry 101 guarantee that I'm going to be streaming. I'm going to be streaming next Sunday after the competition when there's no NFL, when it's just when we're like after whatever that UFC event has happened. It's going to be maybe like 2 p.m. my time, 3 p.m. my time. We're going to do a UFC 5 stream. That's a guarantee. I just saw the ad for it and I thought about it, but yeah, no, we're locked in now. Hayden Rogan thinks caffeine is a replacement for carbs, but it just isn't. I don't think it's a terrible replacement. It's just an appetite suppressant. It's not like a long-term replacement, but if you were like super hungry and needed to get through like 6 hours, you could definitely use caffeine. I've used it in like the last 3 weeks where I wake up and I'm super hungry and I just drink some caffeine and I'm good. I ditched class. Me and my buddy went to 7-Eleven and got it. After smoking in the alley behind the 7-Eleven, we ate a chip and no joke, I almost vomited, bro. That shit's hot, bro. It's not to be played around with. I'll tell you that much. Tafa or Texera for my parlay. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. The only thing that I bet on in that fight is the under. Whatever the rounds are, take the under. Because, like, one of those guys is getting knocked out. 1,000% one of those guys is getting knocked out. But I can't even really give you a bet. You know what I mean? Because I'm not confident in either of them. I'm confident in Zhang Weili. If Zhang Weili isn't already in the parlay, bro, I'm confident in that shit. Harry's UFC Paris Watch Party is a HUUGE classic. When fighters that I really love get robbed, or when fighters that I really love get beaten, it's not fun. It's not fun. Like, we haven't really seen that fully yet because there's no fighter that I love that much that has been robbed badly. Like, Jonathan Brito got robbed, but I don't think it was that bad. Rodolfo Bellato literally is not throwing shit right now. He's full on a punching bag. He's full on a punching bag. And none of his corners really saying shit. See, for Alex Pereira's getting in there, getting kind of vocal in the corner. Nice little right hand by Rodolfo Bellato. But, like, they're giving Jimmy Crute a freebie here. They're pretty much giving the Australian, they're like, shit, bro. We just need an Australian to win on this card. Biggest Harry 101 classic? That's a good question. That's not for me to answer. Bro, in round 1, Bellato had 2 significant strikes. Jimmy Crute had 49. Jesus Christ. 49 significant strikes to 2. Strickland is a beast. He just needs to let go a little bit more. He gets over technical in his fights, holds back power, and hesitates. Just my opinion. I think Strickland's good as fuck too. I don't think he has the power, but I do think that it would be better if he like push. Like, I think he's going to need to push the cardio up against Strickland today. And he's going to really need to go after him and try break him. Because he didn't try to do that in the first fight. He kind of stayed pretty slow. And it didn't really work out that well. We're also going to do the post-fight after this stream too. So we're going to have this stream. We're going to have the post-fight. Then I'm going to put my video up. The video should get up pretty fast too, because I already recorded the bit about the prelims and the early prelims. And in these fights, there's not that much to talk about from these first 2 fights. Is a triple champ possible in MMA? Harry 101 Classic also got like 100k views. Bro, I haven't had a video pop off like that in so long. That's like a different feeling. Fun fact, that idea didn't even come from me. That idea came from Christopher. He said it to me. I'm pretty sure he said it to me at least. Where he talked about it. He said you should do a video like that. And I was like, shit. Pretty good idea. Just join main event prediction. My main event prediction is if you're not betting Dricus du Plessis, and if you are betting just because the odds change it, Sean Strickland's a big underdog, go Sean Strickland. He definitely has the power when he's carefree in training. He looks powerful, but that's also when he's throwing up against people that like won't throw back. You know what I mean? He's putting 100% of his shots into Sneeko because Sneeko can't defend himself and has never boxed before. And also Sneeko's chin is going to be very different to UFC fighter's chin. And Sneeko's level of power, like how much power he can take, is going to be very different to an actual UFC fighter. Christopher's the other mod. He's the guy that joins in here a lot. Do I like Hopero MMA? I've never really watched his content ever before, being real with you, but I have no reason to dislike him as of right now. Actually, I think he might have taken one of my videos a while back, but I don't really give that much of a fuck anymore. It was like 9 months ago. And I've realized that that just kind of happens. You're going to have some people that, you know, take concepts. Strickland is a terrible role model. Yeah, no, he's definitely not a good role model. Bro gets video ideas directly from the great Christopher Nolan. UFC records that are impossible to break. That's another dog shit video. Like, that video is just not good at all, but it just did well. I don't understand it. How did you boys score that second round? Because Kevin only says that Bellato edges out the second round too. Which would be kind of crazy. That would be kind of crazy, bro. If Bellato Hall of Fame comeback going into the third. A lot of people gave Jimmy Crute a 10-8 in that first round. I wasn't even fully locked in on it, being real. But when I saw the significant strike numbers, damn, it looks bad. Heavyweight so bad, Shamila is considered a prospect and a dark horse. Bro, it is disgusting. How long do I got to be here every time to get considered for a mod? I don't really, like, it's not like a certain set amount, you know what I mean? It's not like you turn up to 6 streams, you turn up to 6 streams straight and you're going to get mod. That's just not really how it works. It's if I need mods, you know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll take it off somebody else. Somebody just doesn't really show up that much more. I'll take mod off them and then I'll give it to somebody else. But it's just kind of when I need them. And if people start, like, spamming my chat with shit. Get the YouTube shorts up. Yeah, I know. Trust me. The YouTube shorts are coming back. They're making a comeback. We're getting YouTube shorts back. We're getting multiple channels running again. I'm telling you, boys, this year is going to be, like, for the next few weeks, the YouTube content's kind of taking a back seat just because I need to train. But as soon as I'm done training, bro, we're going to be full on, like, video every day. We're going to have multiple channels going up. We're going to have the shorts back. But it's hard to do because when you're training like 3 times a day, bro, I'm just so tired. Like, I go to jiu-jitsu in the afternoon and then I'll come back, eat some food, and then I'll go to jiu-jitsu twice at night. And you're just tired as fuck, you know what I mean? 2 minutes 30 left inside this third round. It's actually been a bit of a scrap, this fight. Like, this has been a good fight. Nice little right hand by Jimmy Crute. Rodolfo Bellato goes low to the body, comes up high. Rodolfo Bellato's nose is fucked up. Like, that nose is pretty much completely busted, blood leaking out of it. One of his eyes looks like he's got some type of fracture in it too. I'm not sure if he just looks kind of dumb or if it's one of his eyes literally does have a fracture. Rodolfo, beautiful shot, man. Ducks under that left hook, shoots. Ooh, Jimmy Crute tries to build back up. Rodolfo Bellato manages to sink him back down there. He's in a good spot, bro. Rodolfo Bellato can definitely take his back here if he can swing a hook over. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Do not let go of the body lock. Literally, whatever you do, do not let go of the body lock. He's in such a good spot here, too. Jimmy Crute's trying to get to the cage. Keep him away from the cage. Try to do something here. Jump on the back. Stick a hook in. I don't understand why he's not trying to... Okay, that's just some of the worst. You can tell that he trains with Alex Pereira from that wrestling. From that jiu-jitsu, you can tell that he trains with Alex Pereira. Like, fuck me, bro. What on earth is he doing there? That is... Like, what is he doing? That's fucking mind-blowing. I'll watch the shorts for sure. Videos I just skim through. It saves time. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah, and I feel like shorts are a great way to attract new people, because I always think like all of the content that I watch is pretty much through shorts. You know what I mean? Where like, or the new people that I find is pretty much through shorts. Where like I'll watch their shorts, they'll maybe pop up for like a month, month and a half. Then I'll like click on one of their full length videos, and then all of a sudden I start watching them a lot. You know what I mean? My all-time favorite is best UFC fighters to never win a belt. That was a HUUGE classic. They're just picking out the most popular ones. They're not HUUGE classics. HUUGE classic is a video that has like 6K views, but you're like, that's a banger. You're just picking out the most popular videos. Bro hasn't made a short since UFC 3 or 4. I know, it's been a while. It's been a while. It's been nearly a year. It's been a while since I made a short. It was like July I made a short. I think June, July. 30 seconds left in the third round. This has been a scrap. Both these guys going at it. I'm probably giving I'm giving first definitely to Jimmy Crute. Whether it's a 10-9 or a 10-8 is weird. I'm probably giving third to Rodolfo Bellato. Second and third to Rodolfo Bellato, which could mean that we have either a draw here, which we haven't seen in ages. I can't remember the last draw that we saw inside the UFC. And then or we could have Rodolfo Bellato winning. Could be a split draw. How did Alexander do? Saw he won, but didn't get to watch the fight. He did well. He did really good. It's just that the guy that he went up against, it was a short notice fight. So I'm not sure how much you can actually take out of it. You know what I mean? I feel like those short notice fights, yeah, I don't know what it is. Like short notice fight up against someone that isn't really that good, someone that isn't really all that entertaining. I don't know how much you can take from it. So he looked good, but he went up against someone that's probably not at his level. Yeah, I started watching, bro. I've been getting a lot of cooking channel shorts too, because the kid's been hungry. I've been very hungry. And when you see one of those shorts and it's somebody making like donuts or somebody making a steak or a burger or something, some of those look so fire. Like if I go to my shorts right now, I guarantee you it'll pop up with that shit. I guarantee you it'll pop up with like some steak, something real nice. First one is jiu-jitsu. Then it's some bodies, not going to lie to you, brother. There's some bodies on there. There's some people down there that are, you know, extra good looking. Have some extra sauce to it. This guy I've been watching a ton, bro. Well, I've only seen his shorts. I don't watch his full videos. I don't know if you guys actually know this shit or know him, but I see his shit all the time, bro. He just goes out there in the forest fucking, like, just cooking, putting a fire on, making himself a bed, cooking him up. Bro, the shit that he cooks, Loki, looks fire, too. Like, he'll take this shit out, and it will look unbelievable. It'll literally look unbelievable. The guy's like full-on Bear Grylls, dude. He's like a full-on survivor. He looks very gun-shy, unlike Topuria. If he went for it, he could have gotten the finish. He did look a little bit gun-shy, but I also just, I'm not sure if he has the same power that Ilia Topuria has. Like, his shit looks heat. Honey, butter, bread, crispy. I watch him a lot, though. I watch his shorts 24/7, bro. His shit is diffy. Let's see. What is the final decision? It's obviously not a majority draw. He put his hands up as if he thought he won, bro. He was like, oh shit, damn. Draw. Majority draw, I feel like it's an okay result for that. What was it? Jimmy Crute gets the first round. That's a 10-8. What a bounce back from Rodolfo Bellato, though. What a bounce back from fucking Rodolfo Bellato. What's good, JX? UFC 296 Watch Party was the first time I ever watched Harry 101. Really, a Watch Party was the first time you ever watched? That's interesting. Volk in the crowd. Diego Lopez in the crowd. Obviously, Tai Tuivasa sat there behind him. Some ginger guy sat there behind him, too. I said majority draw. Let's go. W little prediction. W prediction. But yeah, no, I get a lot of food tier lists on my shit. I get a lot of people talking about food because, bro, I love food. I'll be real. What would DDP have to do in the future to potentially become the middleweight GOAT if he beats Strickland? He has to do a lot to become the GOAT because you have Anderson Silva. Become the second best of all time. I think he probably needs two more defenses, including Sean Strickland, to become the second best of all time to overtake Izzy. Because how many defenses does Izzy have? 5? Izzy has 5 defenses? I think. And he currently has Strickland, Adesanya, Strickland, Yeah, I feel like if you can go Strickland to Adesanya, Strickland, and then beat Hamza Chimaev, I feel like he's probably the second best ever. Damn, most people's first time watching was a watch party. Do I watch other content creators? Not for the UFC, but for other like content spaces, yeah, for sure. I watch a lot of NFL content creators. Brett Coleman, if you know him, I watch his podcast a lot. Through the Wires, a basketball podcast, I watch a lot. Pat McAfee, I watch a lot. Moist Critical, I don't know if you guys know Moist Critical, Penguin Z0. I watch him a ton. I watch a lot of his food tier list and shit. Bro, Dricus du Plessis' girl is so fucking bad too. It's unbelievable. Like, if we're just going girl for a girl, Sean Strickland, Dricus du Plessis, I'm sorry, Strickland. You're a great guy and all, but he's got you wiped, brother. He's got you absolutely wiped. How tall is Sean Strickland's girl, too? She looks fucking tall as shit. You know, Through the Wires, fire as fuck. I've been watching for like a year. Found you at military school. Watch that shit on my school Chromebook. Damn, military school is crazy. Who's more yoked, Dricus or Yoel Romero? Yoel Romero, definitely. Bro, Yoel Romero in his prime was a freak. Like, he's someone that could have smoked somebody in the UFC on Saturday and went and won a bodybuilding competition on the Sunday. Like, he is jacked as fuck. Dricus du Plessis, when he gets inside the cage, you can see there's a little bit of flab. You can see there's a little bit of blubber on him, you know what I mean? And I don't mean like flab or blubber like that. I just mean he's not Yoel Romero jacked. Like, he might not have a full-on six-pack that you can see every single muscle defined. He's got that kind of water weight that he put back on. Yes, we know Moist Critical. I suppose Moist Critical is pretty popular. Sean Strickland's future 6'6" kid is going to be the pound-for-pound GOAT. Low-key. Low-key, he might be a problem. Little athlete child might be a problem. My YouTube feed is like UFC, engineering, gaming / streamers content, then that one cooking channel. I've been here since the UFC 293 Watch Party Trust. I can check and see. I can see exactly when you got here. I can see exactly when anybody got here. So don't lie, don't bullshit me. I can see when the first ever comment on the channel was. Whether it's a video, whether it's not a video. A lot of the boys have been around for a while though. A lot of the real ones have been around for a long time. For a long, long time. Which that's why I appreciate all the real ones. Let me go over here. Let me go YouTube Studio so I can actually check and see. So when motherfuckers say, I've been around for this long, I can say, you haven't. YouTube saying you're lying. Take it up with YouTube. Go over here. There we go. Finally, the chat's actually loaded properly over here. There was no UFC 293 watch party? Was there not? What was 293? Was 293 that Adesanya Strickland event? I'm pretty sure there was. There was definitely a video I put up after it. There might not have been a watch party. Might not have been a watch party, but I definitely put up a video after it. This is your other account? Sounds like excuses to me. Sounds like excuses. Can you do that for me? I want to know. Yeah, I can tell you really quick. First time you ever commented on one of my videos was UFC 298 recap. So UFC 298. I've been here since the Strickland versus Dricus one fight. Let's see. Let's go through and check for all the boys. You've been here since UFC 298 recap plus UFC 300 main event. The first message you ever put in was held for protection. You're asking why Connor isn't on 300. I've been here for 6 months. Let's check. Let's see. I can check everybody in here. I can tell you who's fraudulent. And if you're fraudulent, we're on your ass. Word to Aljamain Sterling. If you're fraudulent, we're coming on that ass. UFC 311, it says for the Kukui. When was my first comment? Let me check. Let's see the shit. UFC 308. UFC 308 watch party. Is Ilya higher pound for pound than Alex? Which I'm not sure if I said it then. I might have said it at the end. UFC 309. Well, shit, bro. UFC 309 is not that new. And it's going to be not that new very soon. You know what I mean? Once we start to get to like 315, 316, 317, brother, you're going to get there fast. You know what I mean? Where you become an OG pretty quick. I've been here for a good little, but I was Jimmy Johnson back then. I remember Jimmy Johnson, man. Jimmy Johnson was one of those guys. I can check too. I'm based. You can also check. Check mine. It should be pretty recent. I'll check it. I'll check it really quick. This is the last one I'm checking though, because I gotta get locked in. We gotta get locked in because we're getting close to co-main. We're getting close to main event. And guess what, boys? We've got a serious treat in this fight. We've got a heavyweight unranked fight. I've never seen some shit before like this in my life. On a main card, UFC 310. I rear. I meant first comment as in live comment. I'm pretty sure that it is live comments. The Topuria German suplex was sick. Bro, we don't get to see a lot of suplexes in the UFC either. What cards do you like better? The ones where the fights leading up to the main and co-main are wild and hype, but the main and co-main is kind of mid, or horrible leading up fights, but a banger main event? Probably prefer the first, because I feel like main events, depending on if they're actually good fights, or depending on if like the names and the hype surrounding the fight is good, I feel like that can make up for a worse fight. Like there can be a fight on the prelims that you're like, wow, this fight is dog shit, that if it was a main event, you'd think was a good fight. I've been here since O'Malley fumbled the bag tomorrow, but I don't think I commented though. Well, shit. That's another thing. It's only when you comment. So a lot of the boys could have been here a lot earlier than that. A lot of the boys could have been here a lot earlier than that, and you just didn't comment, which makes sense. The first time I'm in most streams, I don't comment. There's a few where I get in there and I comment in that bitch. I'm so happy the main card is amazing. Tafa over Strickland jobs. Bro, like, I just can't believe that we were blessed with such a beautiful main card like this. Justin Tafa on a main card in 2025. And he's going up against a guy who's making his debut inside the UFC. And it's a main card. It's just fucking disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting. It's revolting. It should never happen. The UFC are a farce. Current state of the Johnson is absolutely flaccid. You know when you get into an ice bath and you get right out the ice bath and you look down there and you're like, holy shit, we're not packing anything. That's the state we're at right now. Damn, Tyson Texera's got an 83-inch reach. Still not longer than John Jones's. He's 6'7", 83-inch reach. Still doesn't have a longer reach than John Jones. My first watch party. Shout out you, Yathart. Shout out you, brother. Shout out you. Welcome, G. 312 or 309? That's a good question. What card do I like more? 309, definitely. 309 had some heat. 309 actually had some heat. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of when people comment in live streams. I'm a big fan of when a motherfucker start chatting, start talking. Because you know what I mean? Like, just start vibing with all the boys. Get the vibes going. I got this phone on October. I got this phone on Christmas. How did I comment in October? You know, maybe you comment on a PC. Maybe you comment on the other phone. 0-11 on your parlay? At this point, you've got to hope you go like 0-12, 0-13. Because at least then you're committed to the grind. At least then you're committed to the bit. I'm actually going to throw a little 10 on this bet really quick that I put on. Tyson Texera, Sean Strickland, Zhang Weili. We'll throw a little 10. Nearly threw Walter Walker into that. That could have gone bad very fast. Also, I do want to take a gander at the odds for some of the upcoming fights we have, because since I was live last, they put out Gaethje, Dan Hooker odds. They put out Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev odds. Damn, I can't bet on this shit anymore. Let me go over here. Where is it? Let me actually get my bet in, man. Why won't they let me get my bet in? It's because the fight's actually started. Tough scenes, boys. We lost it. We lost the bet. If it hits now, I'm going to be absolutely pissed. It was going to be Tyson Texera, Sean Strickland, Zhang Weili. That was going to be the three that I put it on. If that hits now, I'm going to be fucking livid. Prediction fight of the year. What my fight of the year prediction is going to be? That's actually a good question. What fight can I just see being an absolute 25-minute banger? That's like towards the top of the rankings. It's like a title-ish fight. I feel like if we get Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira, I feel like that could be fight of the night. Oh my God, Tyson Texera's knocked him out inside 30 seconds. 30-second KO for Tyson Texera. He could be a problem. That brother could be a problem. Hold on a minute. I'm buying into a heavyweight type again. Heavyweight just made his debut, got a round 1 KO. I'm buying into the hype once more. I'm buying into the hype once more. He might be the future. 6'7", Rob Lees to Spania. Rob Lees to Spania paved the way for him. Robles to Spaniard walk so that Titus and Texera could run. What did he hit him with? A little overhand right into a takedown. Nearly got guillotine. That guillotine looked decently tight. Managed to get his head out of the guillotine. Was it knee to the body? Knee to the body, elbow up top. That was kind of nasty. Then he starts covering up. That's a good stoppage. Justin Tafa was complaining about the stoppage, but that's a good stoppage for me. God, that elbow fucking broke his nose immediately. You could just see his nose literally shatter. Like his nose, most of the time, when you get hit like that on your nose is meant to go flat and come back out. His nose just went straight up flat and did not come back out. That shit is stuck in place. I'm buying into another heavyweight type. I'll be real. Titus and Texera might be the guy. Is he the guy to beat Tom Aspinall? Bilal versus Shavkat, that's going to be horrendous. Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker, that's definitely going to be fight of the year. I didn't even know why that wasn't the first thing that came to my mind. Justin Gaethje, Dan Hooker's for sure going to be fight of the year. What the fuck happened? His nose got broke. Titus and Texera beat the dog shit out of him. Bro, the Taffer brothers are... Oh, the Taffer's another set of brothers inside the UFC, but they're just fucking dog shit. They are literally dog shit. Like the Taffer brothers, the Walker brothers, they're all just shit. He's also not a fat blob. I'm moved. Bro, I can see, like, he doesn't have abs, but you can see that there's something there. You know what I mean? You can see the imprint of where abs would be. And he doesn't have huge titties. He has kind of minor titties. He doesn't have huge titties. So I think that, like, there's a chance, bro. And what did I say? Whoever told me, or whoever was asking me who to bet on for this fight, and I told you to bet the under, I was correct. I was very, very correct. So far, fight of the year is honestly that Steel Rongzu fight from earlier or Merab Umar, if you're not in the trenches. Yeah, no, that Steel Rongzu fight was fucking sick. Do I have abs? I have abs most of the time when I wake up. When I wake up, I'll have abs, and then I start to get some pasta. I start to get some rice in, and then they're not really abs anymore. They're kind of like those fake abs, you know what I mean? Where like you can see like the imprint of them, but you can't see like properly. They're not like sticky outy. I have to like breathe all the air out of my body so you can see them properly. We have to sit there and like flex. So yeah, no. I don't have them properly yet unless it's just when I wake up. Just when I wake up, the brother looks fucking yoked. I look absolutely yoked. Ankalaev wrestling overrated. Pereira wrestling defense underrated. Thoughts? I feel like Ankalaev's wrestling is definitely overrated, especially his ability to finish on the ground, considering that he doesn't have a finish on the ground in professional MMA. And Pereira's wrestling defense, I feel like that's not underrated. I feel like everybody knows it sucks, and it does suck. Alex Pereira, there's a guy who, one of the coaches at my gym, rolled with Alex Pereira when he was in Brazil. This guy, bear in mind, this guy's like a freak jiu-jitsu competitor. He's like unbelievable, wins every black belt competition he pretty much enters in. Like he's not like ADCC world champion level, but let me actually just look up his thing. I think he's won like European trials. Let me look him up. Eric. I don't actually know his second name. I only know his first name. Might be this. Think I've heard someone say this. Charles Oliveira in the crowd. Big up fucking Du Bronx. This is not the guy. I don't know who this brother is. There's another black belt in jiu-jitsu that is not the guy here. Tai Tuivasa sat in the crowd. Bro, Tai Tuivasa legit looks like fucking Rick Ross. Like, he is so big, man. He is huge, bro. He is huge. Let me look up. Fuck me. I'm trying to find this guy's name. Maybe teaches over here. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But essentially, the guy that teaches jiu-jitsu, where I do jiu-jitsu, he rolled with Alex Pereira in Brazil, and this guy is like disgustingly good at jiu-jitsu. But he said that Alex Pereira is like a purple belt. He said he said Alex Pereira is decent. He's like a purple belt. So He's probably not that good. His takedown defense is probably not all that good. Patchy mix in the corner for Tatiana Suarez. Harry, do I have a hairy ass? If you mean hairy, I do. The ass is hairy. I'm not going to lie to you, boys. Not going to lie. It is hairy. Steve Versek has a brother who competes in K1 kickboxing and is probably making his debut soon. Can you check him out? His name is... I'm going to look that up. I'm not going to say that name because I'm not sure. You could be trying to bait me into saying some shit that I'm not able to say. It only pops up with Steve Versek. He's the only person that pops up. You said he's in kickboxing? You said he's in K1? That person does not exist. I don't know why you wanted me to say that name, but you wanted me to say that name for a reason, and it's not going to happen. I'm not doing it. I can see why you wanted me to say that name now. That's disgusting. That's almost a bannable offense. That's almost a bannable offense. But look at me. I'm too smooth. I'm too fast. I'm too quick. You just can't get me with something like that. Like, you just can't get me with something like that. I saw it from a mile away. It was actually pretty good too. It was a pretty good bait. You got the bite on the fish. You know what I mean? You had hook in mouth, but I ripped that motherfucker out. I saw it coming. So I took your fish away with me. I got your bait. I'm full. What fights do you think people glaze to seem hardcore? What fighters do I think people glaze to seem hardcore? There's a few of them from the past that I feel like people overrate. People say that are better than what they actually were. Fabricio Verdum, like not a lot of people saying, but a good few people do talk about how good Fabricio Verdum was. Who else? Fighters that people glaze just to seem like they're like well informed on MMA. I'm trying to think of fighters that I think are overrated, but general consensus thinks that they're really good. There's actually not that many. It probably is like Carlos Pradas. Carlos Pradas is probably one of them now. Even though Carlos Pradas is good, like people kind of glaze Carlos Pradas. He's not, like, I don't know where he's going to end up at 170. I don't know if he's ever going to become a UFC champion. I don't know if he's ever going to become top 5 at 170 just because it's so stacked. Basharat, I feel like Basharat doesn't get rated that much anymore. That everybody knows that Basharat's not that good anymore. Or like after he took that loss, people think he's not that good. Muhammad Makayev was actually good. When's the next fight starting? It's probably going to be a little second just because they've got to like make up their time. They've got to make up their broadcaster time. But like they can only play so many promos. They can only play so many promos. So I guess they're probably walking out in like 10 minutes time. Can I talk in an Irish accent? Is this not an Irish accent enough for you? This is an Irish accent. It's just not the one that you're thinking of. I don't know how to talk in another Irish accent. This is just how I sound. To be fair, people do say that I have that I have like an American twinge to my accent. And I think it's because a lot of the words that I say, I picked up from like rap music or like Americans. So I say them how they say them. So if I say like dog sounds American, you know what I mean? Just because it's not an Irish word. You don't hear a lot of Irish people say it. So when I say it, it's got that little like American twinge to it. You be watching Jacksepticeye? No bullshit. Jacksepticeye when I was like probably like 10 to maybe like 14, 15, I watched an unbelievable amount of Jacksepticeye. Like every single day I was watching his shit, bro. Biggest fan. That Jacksepticeye song, he brought out a song maybe like 10, 15 years ago. I listened to that song exclusively, only that song on repeat for an entire 3-hour plane ride. For an entire 3-hour plane ride. Like, this is the most psycho shit you've ever heard in like on the planet. This is like 11-year-old me listened to the same song for 3 hours straight on a plane ride and didn't get sick of it. It's not like I got sick of it after a while and that's the last time I ever listened to it. No. Mind blowing. How do I do that? How do you say the hard or in Irish? I don't think you can. I don't even think it's a word. Because there was no black people in Ireland when they were coming up with Irish as a language. Like, Ireland right now has like 1% of the people in Ireland are black people, I think. That's why I don't understand any white people being racist. Like, or any Irish people being racist, not white. Well, racism in general doesn't make any sense. But it especially makes no sense in Ireland. The Happy Wheel song, that's the one. The Happy Wheel song, brother, I fucking listened to that song so much. Like, it was disgusting, bro. Like, that might trigger something in me. If I was to listen to that song again, you know, like Zoolander, when in Zoolander, when like they hear the song to trigger him into turning into an assassin. If I listen to that song, that could trigger me into doing something, bro. That could be like a fucking switch for me that it hits. I got 300 plays on a song in 2 weeks. That's pretty fire. Can I do a Jacksepticeye accent? No. He's from like down the country. I can't do his accent at all. Wasn't there black tribes in ancient Ireland? I don't know where you heard that, P. Diddy, but that shit is cap. Bro, like, there's no sun over here. If people were black in Ireland in the past, they would have turned white. You know what I mean? Just because, like, look how white I am. Bear in mind, I don't go outside all that much, but I'm super white. What's my favorite movie? I always say my favorite movie is The Prestige. I love that movie, man. Any movie, like, my favorite type of movies by far are either those, like, kind of murder mystery movies or movies with plot twists. Like, I love movies with crazy, crazy plot twists. The Prestige has, like, 3 of them at the end, where it's like, this happened, this happened, this happened. Love that movie. I forget what the movie's called. It's like one of the most famous movies of all time. Has a huge plot twist. What the fuck? What is that movie called, bro? Where they go to Shutter Island. Shutter Island's good. Have I ever watched Memento? I haven't watched Memento, but I know the premise of Memento. Like, I know the twist in Memento because of a Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode. Was Justin the guy that verbally submitted and then got cut about it? Justin who? Justin Gaethje? I probably just walked into something. But who wins the main event? If you're just predicting, go Dricus du Plessis. If you're betting, go Sean Strickland. Favorite NBA and NFL team. Favorite NBA team, Phoenix Suns. Favorite NFL team, San Francisco 49ers. I got the Merab versus Umar prediction wrong, and my friend is never gonna live it down. What are some locks for the year on fights that should happen? Some locks on fights that should happen. That's a good question. It's kind of hard. I'm going to give you a lock. Alex Pereira against Magomed Ankalaev. I'll say that's a lock. I'd say that's a lock, especially for the odds that's up. Any games you enjoy playing? The game I've played by far most this year, and it's not even close, by the way, Tatiana Suarez walking out, so we're going to have to lock it in a second. But the game that I played by far most this year, it's not close, NCAA 25. Played it when it came out, still played it today, like 6 months later, grind it, put a ton of hours into it. And I only play the offline modes. I only do the franchise modes on it. I do a franchise with my IRL where we've taken some colleges to the promised land. We've taken Boston College to the promised land. We've taken Kentucky to the promised land. We've taken SMU to the promised land. I've taken by myself the Cincinnati Bearcats to the promised land. Who else have I taken to the promised land? Washington to the promised land. Like, I've put in work. Suns are ass, Rockets are better. I'd like to see the Rockets. I thought that the Suns and the Rockets were going to trade. I thought there was going to be a trade. We were going to get the KD trade done. Apparently not. Didn't happen. But I would have liked to have seen KD go to the Rockets. Suns get their picks back. Let us rebuild a little bit. You mess up the sliders or on what difficulty? Most of the time I'll play on All-American. I have played some of them on Heisman. It kind of depends at what stage of the rebuild I'm at. If the team starts to get too good and I'm like, this is boring, I'll whack it up to Heisman. But I feel like Heisman's kind of boring too, because it's not even like the adaptive AI or whatever is that much better. It's just that they'll just like win all the jump balls. And me, I like to bomb that motherfucker down the field. I'm like Jameis Winston. That's how I describe myself as a quarterback. We're throwing that bitch deep. You should play the control game. You should play the control game, judging by your movie preferences. You'd love it. I'll look at it. Armin versus Dustin or Justin? Armin versus Justin. I'd rather see him against Dustin Poirier. Wouldn't be that good. We don't want KD, LMAO. We want Devin Booker. Yeah, good luck. So does the rest of the league. That's like saying we don't want, I don't know, we want Jesus. Guys, Jacoby, you're speaking facts. You're speaking crazy facts. That honestly might be the best take I've seen in this entire stream all day. That might be the best take I've seen in this stream all day. You should like the stream. I agree unequivocally. It's just absolutely, and I'm trying to think of another big word. That's absolutely true. Do I like spice bags, brother? Don't even mention spice bag. I could demolish a spice bag right now. Like, actually really do damage to a spice bag. Like, I mean, do real damage to a spice bag. But no more spice bags. Competition coming up. We got no more spice bags for the next 3 weeks. But I promise you, soon as competition's done, we got donuts. We got spice bags. We got burger. We got chips. We got milkshake. We got burger. we got Cajun style fries from Five Guys. Because I was watching a Five Guys tier list and this guy was like, Cajun style fries are unbelievable. Zhang Weili starting to walk out now too. Are you sub to your own channel? I don't know if I can do that. Maybe I am. If you are what you say you are, a superstar. I have to say, Zhang Weili always has some custom shorts, bro. Zhang Weili always has some custom shorts. How long's your cut and camp? Camp 8 weeks. Cut. I'm not gonna need to cut weight. My weight's already good enough now. Because I signed up, the way that the division's going jiu-jitsu is it's actually the same as the UFC. So I'm fighting at 170. When I originally started like my camp, I was at 185. But I didn't want to cut a lot of weight, so I was like, let me get down to 170, let me get in good shape. I didn't want to actually hard cut, because in jiu-jitsu, it's not like the UFC where you weigh in the day before and then you get to replenish for 24 hours or 26 hours or whatever. It's not like that in jiu-jitsu. I weigh in and then I fight. So you can't really cut a lot of weight. So, but I'm already on weight right now, pretty much. So I'm good. I'd have to do a lot of cut. It's just the diet. Got to keep the diet locked in as hard as I can. I saw an edit of Sean O'Malley with that song. That's how I heard the song, but the song is so good. Five Guys fries is gas. Popeye's Cajun fries are Asta. I've had normal Five Guys fries. I've never had the Cajun style ones. And people have been telling me, bro, those Cajun ones are different. People have been telling me those Cajun ones are red. You can't hypnotize me, Diddy. You can't do it. Have you ever had Chinese short ribs? They're more addicting than the Korean corn dogs. I just can't believe that anything's more addicting than the Korean corn dogs. I've been sober from the Korean corn dogs for 5 weeks. Could you imagine that, boys? Could you imagine that? 5 weeks I've been sober from Korean corn dogs. I miss them so bad right now, bro. I miss them so bad. Thoughts on the Quillan versus Jubilee stoppage? What do you think? I thought it was early. I thought it was an early stoppage for sure. But Anshul Jubilee was never going to win that fight. He was pretty much just like, he saved him from taking more and more and more damage. I've heard other content creators touch on the subject. What do you think about lighter man skill? The idea that there's divisional skill gap and people moving up do good because they have more skill. Lighter man skill, like, it is kind of a thing, but not really all that much. As in that 125ers are going to be more skilled than heavyweights, yes. But 125ers are more skilled than 35ers? No, not really. That depends on who the guy is. Like, I think the perfect example of it is Volkanovski against Islam Makhachev, where Volk was, like, he was as skillful, if not more skillful than Islam, but Islam was just bigger. So when you get two guys that are as skilled as each other, the bigger guy's going to win. If you get a guy that's that little bit more skilled, like Volk is probably that little bit more skilled than Islam, but Islam's that much, fuck me, I can't speak, but Islam is that bit bigger, Islam's going to win. So I think that there is a thing to it, but it's not that big. Asian shit like fried and peanuts is my favorite. You have peanuts from Five Guys? You're on that poverty shit. What are the Korean corn dogs, bro? I'll look them up. I'll look them up so you can see them, but bro, they're something different. They're like nothing I've ever tasted before, I'll be real with you. It's from this place. They've even got photos of them right here. They are incredible. They're something really special, man. They're really special, I'm not lying to you. Like, they're different. This is the chicken too. Oh, bro, even looking at it, the kid's salivating a bit. I'm salivating a bit looking at it. I'm not sure what the fuck this is. This looks kind of fire, though. I might have to get that shit. That was 3 weeks ago. That might be a new item on the menu. We might have to peruse when the camp's over. But yeah, no, the chicken from here, the Korean corn dogs. But I'm telling you, there's something real special. Real special. Okay, let's lock in, though. Lock in, boys. Lock in. Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. Get locked. Get locked. What's my favorite submission? Probably straight ankle lock. You saw the Cody Steele fight, best fight so far that went to war. It was a banger. Okay, now I'm getting locked in. Now we're getting fully locked in because fighters getting introduced now. This is big time. This is big time. We're here. Co-main event. This is the shit that we've actually been waiting for. Zhang Weili, Tatiana Suarez. Zhang Weili coming in as an underdog. I still can't believe that shit, bro. It doesn't make any sense to me. Getting timer ready. God, these fucking buttons are not pressing well. You know, bro has been in Ireland his whole life if he's this hyped over Korean corn dogs. Brother, I don't think most of you guys have had Korean corn dogs. I just can't imagine you are. Final predictions, yeah, lock in. Lock in last minute predictions. Last minute predictions, boys. I want to see who everybody thinks is winning the fight. I'm going Zhang Weili. I'm going Zhang Weili last minute. Zhang Weili round 4 KO. Round 4 KO for Zhang Weili. Triple Threat just straight up stole my prediction half a second later. What the fuck? Round 4 TKO. That's not happening. Weili 3-2. Tatiana. We're kind of split, boys. We're kind of split between Zhang Weili and Tatiana Suarez. Bro, the fact that Tatiana Suarez is only 11-0 is kind of crazy. And getting a title shot and a favorite in a title shot. Weili round 3. Weili late round stoppage. Weili 3-2. Weili 145. Suarez 23. What the fuck? Tatiana. Weili. So a lot of people are looking at Weili. A lot of people are looking at Weili. A lot of people are looking at Zhang Weili to win this fight, even though that she is an underdog going into it. Obviously, there's people that are betting that think different. I said mine like a few seconds earlier. It's probably stream delay. Yeah, no, it's definitely stream delay. Like legit, as I said it, I saw your shit pop up. Weili sub round 3. Yeah, no, give me a round number 2. Give me a round number if you want full on plaudits. If you want full on plaudits, I want a round number 2. I want to, like, if you want to be tipped after, if you get it right and you want to be tipped after, then Weili, if you give me correct fighter and correct round, then we can fully give it you. Weili has to win this or else I'm never eating Chinese food for the rest of the year. You're boycotting Chinese food if Zhang Weili loses this. I'm not going to be the one to do that. I love me some Chinese food. Love Chinese food. Spice Bag, technically Chinese. It's kind of Irish Chinese, like a little fusion dance. Weili's a pretty big favorite on verdict. It's interesting because I think that it would just be like, I suppose some people don't want to bet on it. Some people put a shitload of money on it. Round 1 has begun, though. I still have the fucking fight on the monitor above me. That's like 6 or 7. It's almost 10 seconds ahead now. I'm not even trolling. The one on the monitor above, I'll tell you how far ahead this is of the actual legit UFC broadcast. It is, I'll tell you right now, once the timer starts, it's 15 seconds ahead, this one above. So my broadcast above is 15 seconds ahead. Okay, we're watching on the monitor above, boys, then. We're going to be looking up for a lot of this, but shit, you got to do what you got to do. The UFC have got to sort this shit out, man. The UFC have got to sort this shit out. I cannot believe it. I can't believe this is so fucking far ahead. Weili round 4 right hand. If you get the correct hand, that would be tippable as fuck. That's got to be tipped. That's got to be like prize worthy. Tatiana Suarez gets the first takedown on Zhang Weili. This is a big moment because it's interesting to see how Zhang Weili does when she's taken down. It's interesting to see how does she deal with this strength. Is she able to get back up? Doing a good job of fighting for underhooks. Tatiana Suarez in a good spot here in side control, though, especially if she just wants to stay here. Like, it's very, very difficult to kind of get rid and have people and move people out of side control unless they want to transition to a submission. Unless they are trying to get to mount or unless they're trying to take your back or something like that. It's super difficult. Tatiana Suarez is also another person that probably will go up to 125. Like, I can't imagine she's going to make 115 for that much longer. She's definitely on some kind of steroidica too. We look at all the fucking back knee that she's got. Good Lord. Good Lord, she's got some back knee. I still can't believe it, brother. ESPN Plus is 15 seconds ahead. Like, are we crazy? Are we fucking bugging over the actual legit stream? 3 minutes and 8 seconds left inside round 1. Tatiana Suarez doing a good job of just holding her down. Zhang Weili does get the butterfly guard. Butterfly guard here, what you can do is look to elevate her and try to sweep her. Don't try to lose that, though. Lost it. Back and half guard. If you're on butterfly, you're actually in a really, really good spot to sweep or to try get away. To try like shrimp yourself away and get back up to your feet if that's what you're trying to do. Tatiana Suarez, though, not doing a lot of work in terms of, like, she's not landing a bunch of strikes. She's not really doing all that much here to kind of like, you know, like impose herself as winning the round. Like, if I'm the judges, I'm not really looking at this as a super dominant round by Tatiana Suarez because she hasn't landed any strikes. She hasn't really done anything. Maybe a omoplata attempt for Zhang Weili. No, not looking for it. Not trying to get it. Now that she has both feet in front, though, she can get back to close guard. Close guard, I love in jiu-jitsu. It's not as good in MMA. You're pretty much safe here from any submission on top in close guard. Like, there's not really any submission they can get. Tatiana Suarez trying to get by the legs, trying to pass. You need to stop her from doing that. Not gonna lie, Zhang Weili's jiu-jitsu here does not look good. It does not look good. Like, she just looks like she's being out-muscled. She looks like she's being out-strengthened. Timer, that's on me. Timer's on me. I forgot to click it. Go 1, 1, 3. Timer is on for the last minute 30, so you boys can sync it up a little bit. I can't believe all the boys that said to me in the past that I was super, super far behind, and I didn't believe them because I was like, this is the legit broadcast. I didn't know about this sauce. I did not know about the ESPN plus sauce. Zhang Weili does a good job of rolling up to her back end of turtle. Front headlock, needs to watch out for this guillotine. That could be tight. No, does a good job of getting to the side. That was tight for a second. If she can hook that leg back, I thought that was a tap for a second. I thought that was a tap. That triangle or that guillotine is actually pretty tight. No, she gets out of it. Tatiana Suarez ends up in open guard. Let's see if Zhang Weili can do just a little bit more from here. Going for a guillotine again. She's not really going to finish that. It's going to be super hard to finish that guillotine. Does a good job of elevating her, though. What Zhang Weili couldn't do once you get that butterfly hook. 35 seconds left in round 1. This actually been much more wrestling heavy than I thought. It's been a lot more wrestling heavy than I thought. Tatiana Suarez doing a good job of clamping down on that arm too, meaning you can't really do shit. She has to keep her arms connected. You can get armbarred from there, but nobody that's good is going to get armbarred from there. Zhang Weili trying to pass guard. Get that knee cut. Get that knee cut. That was really nice. That was a really nice knee cut and really good guard retention by Tatiana Suarez. Because most of the time when you look at those wrestlers, like their bottom game's not going to be all that great, bro. It's not going to be all that great. Is ESPN plus legit? You're fed. You're federal. Dana can't come after me because I have the legit means to watch it. I have the legit means to watch it. I'm actually going to swap it around really quick. Because I want the instant replay to be on the... I want the instant replay to be on the smaller screen. Plug you out really quick. No secundo, boys. If I miss the first 10 seconds, I miss the first 10 seconds. But I don't want to be staring up the entire time. Can you fucking go in? It's not fitting. Why are you stuck? I should have done this earlier. To be fair, this one is not my fault, boys. I can't find it. Work. We're going back to it next round. We're going back to it next round. I can try do it from this side. But it's not easy to do from this side. It's this fucking monitor, man. It's so annoying. It's just like it's super. I don't know who the fuck designed this shit, but literally a moron designed it. Oh, swap to the right fucking input, man. 10-9 Suarez. Yeah, had to be 10-9 Suarez. Actually, it could be kind of close. It could get kind of sticky towards the end. Round 2 has just begun. I got it back literally just in time. This is the one that's on a little bit of a delay, but it's okay to be on a little bit of a delay. 4 minutes 40 left inside round 2. I'll throw the timer on really quick for the boys. Because I need to get this shit sorted out. Like, once you get into championship rounds, once you get the main event, you can't be watching shit on a delay. You know what I mean? Like, what am I, some kind of fraud? Urseg's gonna fight Moreno. That'd be a good fight. I'd like to watch that fight. Zhang Weili or Tatiana Suarez, once again, deep in on a double leg. If she can finish this, it's really good for Tatiana Suarez. Trying to get her arms linked, gets her arms linked, should be able to finish it from here. Zhang Weili doing a good job of keeping her base, keeping up against the fence. Could potentially jump on a guillotine here. She can get that high elbow up. She should be able to jump on a guillotine. She's not going to be able to get it. Need to see the takedown defense here, though. Need to see her actually get out from this. Tatiana Suarez manages to get a takedown, but lose it, and ends up with Zhang Weili trying to get to mount. She's kind of like in a weird half guard situation. Yeah, has that leg trapped, half guard. Urseg versus Moreno is confirmed. Is it actually? You can score 9-9. Yeah, 9-9 just doesn't really work in MMA. And seeing like draw rounds, you never see them in MMA either. Like somebody's going to win the round. Tatiana Suarez actually has a big cut opened up on her knee. That's a really, really weird place to see a cut in MMA. It's like right on the top of her thigh, right on the top of her knee. I wonder how that happened. It must have just been like a head or something, like a headbutt. Like, how often do you see somebody's knee get cut? Not like a knee cut, but someone's knee literally get cut. Nice elbows, nice ground and pound by Zhang Weili. You can't take those. You can't just sit there and take those punches. Those are going to hurt. Those are going to really, really hurt. Tatiana Suarez manages to wrestle up into a single leg. She's not really going to finish this, though. Guillotine, pretty deep attempt on a guillotine from Zhang Weili. Manages to let go of it. Or manages to make her let go of it. Tatiana Suarez, once again, in there deep on a double leg, trying to get that takedown. Zhang Weili doing a good job keeping her base. Keep the base, keep the base. Tatiana's managed to finish both of these, though. The first one worked, the second one didn't work. The second one, she got her guard pass pretty much immediately after finishing it. Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see Tatiana Suarez's cardio. But once again, defending takedowns is as tiring as shooting takedowns. Like, it is super, super tiring. That, like, sprawl movement, that, like, keeping all of yourself, pushing off them. That's a super, super tiring movement as well. It's as tiring as... Oh, nice 1-2 by Zhang Weili. Cracked her with that one, too. That was super, super clean. 2 minutes left inside this round, too. Zhang Weili doing a much better job in this round. Much better job with the takedown defense, with what happens when she gets taken down, with the striking. You can see that there's a clear difference in their striking. Tatiana Suarez, once again, jumping in on the double leg. Doesn't look like she's going to finish that. That one looked like a shitty shot. And Tatiana Suarez starting to breathe kind of heavy now. You can see that she's like in and out. Those are big breaths. Those are deep, deep, deep breaths. And if you're having that in round 2, you could see Zhang Weili begin to take over round 3, round 4. Is your timer correct or no? It is kind of correct. Right now it's at 129, 128, 127, 126. I'm not watching who's winning. Right now it's a close fight. Probably going to end up being 1-1 after this round. But it's close. Zhang Weili ends up in Tatiana Suarez's guard. Once again, Tatiana Suarez can't lock up that closed guard. Yes, she can't get that other foot out. She might just want to play it from half butterfly, though. Manages to stand up. No, she's not going to be able to sweep her. Base is too good. Back to closed guard. Closed guard isn't really what you want to be in here if you're Tatiana Suarez, unless you're just trying to win, like, just get the last bit out of this round that you can. She keeps on going for guillotines from her back. I don't really know why. Like, when's the last time we saw someone finish a guillotine from full guard in jiu-jitsu? Or not in jiu-jitsu, but in the UFC. Like, I cannot remember we saw someone finish a guillotine from their full guard. Where, like, it's not like they jump into it or someone shoots and then they get it off that. Where they legit just get it fully off their back. I can't remember. 25 seconds left. Tatiana Suarez had 3 minutes of control time in round 1 and 0 minutes of control time in round 2. And Zhang Weili doing a good job of just staying up. You know what I mean? Just staying on top, making sure that Tatiana Suarez has really nothing to game plan, really nothing to do from here. And they're just kind of exchanging little nothing ground and pound punches. But it looks good in the judges' eyes, at least for Zhang Weili. Seems like Weili has improved her cardio from the last fight. Maybe Charles kind of jumps into them, you know what I mean? Charles doesn't really finish them from straight up being from full guard. Try to fix this really quick, boys. Little pit stop maneuver. To find that. Oh, fuck. I forgot about this. Go in the fucking thing, man. This is literally what you're designed to do. Literally, your sole purpose in life is to fit in. Fucking God. Is it? Why do you fucking refuse? This thing is fucking pissing me off, man. Here we go. That took such an unbelievable amount of stress. You have no fucking idea. Holy shit, man. No. Like, God, that took a minute and a fucking half to just do that shit correctly. I'm trying to get in behind it, trying to like fiddle with this shit, trying to like stick it up there, bro. Like, Jesus. Just making my life difficult for no fucking reason. We're back there. What happened here? Is that how Tatiana Suarez cut that knee? Was it just like her falling into the cage? What the fuck? That's random. I did think that like a knee cut usually doesn't happen from somebody's head, from somebody's body, but now we actually have the instant replay function up here where we can see the shit properly and I don't have to be like staring up at the monitor the entire time. Bro's face is a tomato, bro. Dead ass, bro. I was struggling to get this shit up there. I don't know who designed. Anybody who designs monitor ports on the bottom and not at the back is a literal terrorist, like an actual fucking terrorist. Tatiana Suarez is really struggling now. She's beginning to really struggle. Zhang Weili's a minus 620 in the live odds. This is where you this is why you can't doubt Zhang Weili. You just can't doubt her. It just doesn't make sense to doubt her. Talked about it in the early prediction, talked about it in the biggest questions. This is one I've got right so far. What fight do you need this year to make it through a rough month? What fight do I need this year to make it through a rough month? What fight would I like to be announced? That's actually a good question. That's a great question. It's not for right now because I actually need to think about that, but it is a good question. So type that again. Remind me of that shit again. After this fight's over, in like the lead up to Strickland DDP. Let me do timer 2. I'll do timer 2. That wasn't. I did not hit 4. Bro, this thing is such a piece of shit. I'm buying a new one of these today. This is the worst one ever. I've had like 3 of them. This one's by far the worst. That one's actually terrorism levels. This clock, who knew a clock could be built so badly? 2 minutes 15 left inside round 3. Zhang Weili's just kind of turning up the pace and Tatiana Suarez, like her cardio does not look good. And I think that's kind of a product of her cutting so much weight. If you cut that much weight, your cardio is going to be bad. Ooh, I'm not sure what the fuck just happened there. I think that was just a slip. I'm going to take a gander at instant replay. I'll tell you right now whether it's a slip or not. Bro, this is so far behind. It's not even funny. He kind of got calf kicked and hit with the left hook at the same time. I'm going to say more that it was a slip than her actually getting dropped, but it did look kind of bad for a second. I think the judges could possibly count that as her getting dropped too, just because of the way that it looks, when I really think she took out her balance. 1 minute 30 left inside round 3. This has been much more stand-up heavy this round. Tatiana Suarez, man, like she just doesn't look great when she's standing up. She just looks like she is that little bit worse. Her hands are low. Her defense isn't great. She's getting cracked when she tries to come in, get on the inside. Zhang Weili, that right hand looks good, man. That right hand looks really good. That right hand looks like it could send somebody to sleep. Coming towards the end of round 3, though, a lot of the boys' predictions were round 3. A lot of the boys said Zhang Weili round 3. Let's see. She had 60 seconds to make your shit come through. She's doing a good job with the range, too, with the distance, because Tatiana Suarez is much bigger. Like, you can see even when they're standing together, like when they collide, Zhang Weili's a lot smaller than Tatiana Suarez, but she's doing a good job with the range, making those shots difficult, making her have to box, making her have to kickbox. Zhang Weili, once again, Tatiana Suarez in on a shitty double leg, doesn't land it. Doesn't land on a shitty double leg. Good elbow by Zhang Weili. Double elbow, too. Super nice. Zhang Weili's actually doing a lot of her best work off the break. Off the break, she's doing a lot of really good work, where it's like they'll be grappling, they'll disengage for a second, and that's when Zhang Weili goes. That's when Zhang Weili actually tries to light her up. It's obviously a part of the game plan that they've looked at, where they're like, every time when you get out of the clinch, she drops her hands. What round is it? It's currently round 3. Tatiana Suarez actually gets probably her deepest takedown attempt with 1 second left, and that's round 3 over. Daniel Zalaber versus Elvis Brenner got announced for March 29th. That's sick. I'm hyped for the next pay-per-view. Gaethje versus Hooker. They will both give it their all, bro. I can't wait for that next pay-per-view. That's going to be sick. That's the week after I compete too. So that's one of the ones where like the sleep schedule can be bad. We're going to get a nice little takeaway for that. I'll tell you that one, boys. We're going to get a nice little takeaway. Little mukbang type shit, yeah? Tatiana's got a chin on her. Yeah, she does. Tatiana's chin is it's pretty good, but like Zhang Weili's also, one, not that powerful of a puncher, and two, Tatiana Suarez is just that much bigger. Like, Tatiana Suarez is fucking huge. I don't care. Stop the fight and start DDP Sean. Actually, I'm actually enjoying this fight. I actually think this fight's been pretty good. You pick this light up. I was fiddling around with all of my shit. Everything was dropping, bro. That'll do. It's fine. How's the fight going? It's 2-1 Weili for me as of right now, going into round 4. Weili's begun to take over. Tatiana Suarez had a good round 1, had an okay round 2, but she's beginning to look like she's gassing. And as we get to round 4, round 5 championship rounds, I kind of can't see this go any other way than Zhang Weili winning this. There is an argument for 3-0 Zhang Weili too. There is an argument for 3-0 Zhang Weili. Round 4 has begun. 4. Come on, man. 4-4-2. We're good to go. This is where I predicted. I said round 4 Zhang Weili. That's what I predicted. Let's see, can she get it done? It's not looking like a finish is probably going to come, or it's not looking all too likely, but you never know. All it takes is one. That's beautiful judo by Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili managed to get a nice trip on Tatiana Suarez. Stuck in half guard again, but in a good spot to pass here. If she can bring that knee inwards and start to put pressure on her hips, she can stop her from, she can get that pass pretty easy. This is not a good spot for Tatiana Suarez. This is not a good spot for Tatiana Suarez. She's almost in like a crucifix here. If you're Tatiana Suarez, you need to get up here. You need to get up, get up, get up. You need a sweep. You need to get up. You need a reversal. You need something here. Because this is not going to work. Don't just sit there in half guard. If you sit there in half guard, you are losing the fight. And those elbows that are starting to come down. Now Tatiana Suarez has a big cut on her forehead. Joins that big cut on her knee. And those elbows, man, especially if you're sat here in close guard. She's got that half butterfly trying to elevate her. Zhang Weili doing a good job of just keeping those double unders. Once you keep those double underhooks, it makes it very, very difficult for someone to sweep you. It makes it a lot more difficult. You have so much control of their body. I think bedtime predicted Suarez. I don't fucking... That brother must have been seeing some shit. What's been your worst and best prediction to date? Worst prediction is the Leon Edwards-Bilal one by far. And, arm triangle for Zhang Weili. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to finish it. She's not going to be able to finish it from half guard. She needs to probably get that foot over. If she can get that foot over and start to sprawl out to her right, if she can start to sprawl out on her left hip, she can finish it. That looks tight, though. That looks really, really tight. That looks tight. Tatiana Suarez is acting like she's okay. Is acting like she's okay, but I know that that's tight. You can see her head starting to go more and more and more red. See, the problem there was she couldn't get the right sprawl. If she could get the right sprawl, she could really turn her shoulder and head into it to actually finish it. That was close to. Like, that's something that needs to be scored pretty well because that's a good submission attempt. That's a legit submission attempt. Bro, the cut Tatiana Suarez has on her leg is like a full-on gash. How the fuck did she get that? It's like she almost got that from the wire or something at the edge, at the edge of the cage. Like, that's fucking insane, bro. Look how deep that cut is. That cut's like really deep. Like, that's the type of cut you see someone get on like their forehead. A fight gets stopped. Ground strikes. It's 112 for Zhang Weili, 36 for Tatiana Suarez. Jesus, bro. Zhang Weili trying to set up an arm triangle again. He doesn't really have the leverage to get it here, though. I'm trying to see the leg so I can see where she actually has her. Has her once again in that kind of half butterfly position. But if you're Zhang Weili, you're happy to stay here. Like, you're happy to stay here for the entire round. Don't let her back up. Sit there. Make her even more tired. And she's not getting any points here. You have, 3 minutes of control time already this round. You're landing significant strikes. You had a good submission attempt. And she's going to have to get desperate in a second and make a mistake. Tries to jump on a guillotine. You're not going to be able to guillotine someone if they're on... Like, you just can't guillotine someone if they're not in between you. You know what I mean? They have to be in between you in some way, or their legs have to be on the opposite side to their head. Or the same side, not the opposite side. 1 minute left inside round 4. See, here you could get a guillotine from. This position you could get a guillotine from, and she's trying to get it. She's just spamming the guillotine attempts, which, like, I feel like I've kind of got to respect just personally for who I am, because I love a good guillotine. But it's like, it's not going to work for you. It's clearly not working so far, and you need to get up. You need to get up. You need to stop sitting on your back. Because at this point, 30 seconds left in round 4, Tatiana Suarez is going to need a finish. She's going to need a finish. Five Guys Burger or Raising Cane's? I've never actually had a Five Guys Burger, and Raising Cane's doesn't exist in Ireland. Apologies in advance for this out-of-pocket comment, but that sweatshirt really brings out the green in your eyes. Wear it more often. I appreciate it. Thank you. If Strickland pulls a vintage Strickland performance and goes to the boring split decision, this might actually be the worst pay-per-view of all time. I think that this fight hasn't been bad. And low-key, I think that, like, a lot of the fights on the prelims, a lot of the fights on the main card, a lot of the fights on the early prelims, I don't think that there's really been that many bad fights on this card. Like, yes, name power, it's been shit. But I actually think the fights themselves have not been bad. Bro, that cut is so nasty. How the fuck did she get that cut? Like, that must have been something that got opened up, in camp. They tried to stitch it up, and it's just been opened up again. She needs a finish here in this round 5, though. Needs a finish here in this round 5. Is this fight of the night? No, definitely not. Definitely not fight of the night. It's been a decent fight, but it's definitely not fight of the night. Yeah, Tatiana's breathing heavy as fuck, bro. Heavy as fuck. You can even see that round 2. Like, round 2, when she was deep in on that double leg, you could just see, like, the side of her stomach going, like, you know what I mean? Like, she was breathing in heavy. I didn't realize Mike Beltran's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. 4-0, 3-1 Weili, 3-1 Weili. My prediction's wrong for this in terms of the round. Zhang Weili's probably going to win it. But my prediction going into round 5, since it made it past round 4, is wrong. A lot of people do. A lot of people said round 4. A lot of people said round 3. Calling it boring, then you're not really here for MMA and just here for story/name. I don't know. Like, in my mind, there's a place for both. You know what I mean? There's a place for both. You need a good mix. Like, this card's definitely not perfect. It's not a card a lot of people are probably going to really remember, unless DDP Strickland's insane. But it's also not a terrible card. It's a card that I haven't mind watching at all. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 5th round of this championship fight. Tatiana Suarez inevitably needs a finish in the 5th round. Zhang Weili can kind of coast here. Tatiana Suarez gets deep in on a double leg, loses it. Nice elbow by Tatiana Suarez. That one, by Zhang Weili, Tatiana Suarez looks like she got rocked there. Tatiana Suarez looks like she might have got rocked there. That elbow looked to just send her kind of limp for a second almost. 4 minutes, 7 seconds left. Tatiana Suarez trying to finish on that single leg, trying to run the pipe. Zhang Weili does a good job of getting her foot to the outside to defend. Zhang Weili's balance is good as fuck, man. I've been in that position like 20 times. Not falling over when someone tries to trip you there is not easy. Nearly an illegal strike thrown there by Zhang Weili. She was gearing up for a knee as if she was in fucking Ryzen. 3 minutes 40 left inside round 5. Tatiana Suarez, 1, the gas tank isn't great, and 2, as soon as we got out of that first round, she didn't have that explosiveness. This is almost like a Hamzat Chimaev type performance without the finishing. Where it's like, as soon as Zhang Weili got out of that first round, Tatiana Suarez really hasn't shown anything that would make you think, oh my God, she could lose here. Crazy takedown defense. Yeah, Zhang Weili's takedown defense looks incredible. That looks really, really good. 3 minutes and 10 seconds for Tatiana Suarez to try and become the new 115-pound women's champion. It's not looking all that likely right now, though. Not looking all that likely. Tatiana Suarez does have her up against the fence. Loses takedown, though. Ooh, nearly a back take for Zhang Weili. Kind of ends up on the bottom, though. Ends up in like a weird guard situation. Once again, Tatiana Suarez jumps up, tries to get a single leg, loses it. Nearly gets her guard past, ends up recovering, sitting there in half guard. But if you're Zhang Weili, you're happy to sit here in half guard. You are fully happy to sit here in half guard. For the next 2.5 minutes, you get paid your show, your win minute, your show, your win money, your pay-per-views if you sit in half guard. How many defenses does Weili have? That's actually a good question. I can't remember. 3 maybe? 2 maybe? Ooh, rear naked choke attempt. Now Zhang Weili has the back. She does need that bottom hook, and if she doesn't get that bottom hook, Tatiana Suarez will just be able to escape pretty fast. Tries to get back up to mount. I really don't like what she did there. I really don't like what she did there. I would have liked a lot more for her to try pull that leg out and try squeeze in that second hook. 2 minutes left in round 5. Tatiana Suarez looks broken. She looks broken. Like, she looks like she's kind of happy to sit here and be defeated. You know what I mean? She looks like she's happy to lose this fight. Once again, you have Zhang Weili looking for an arm triangle. I feel like if she gets the one that was as deep as it was in round 2 or round 3, she'd tap to it now. Because there's 1:30 left in round 5. No real signs of life from Tatiana Suarez here. Just kind of getting held down. Out wrestling a wrestler, which just shows you how dangerous Zhang Weili is. Clock should get turned on for the main event. It will get turned on for the main event. Tempted to just go to bed and see the results tomorrow. If you stuck it out this far, brother, you can't go to bed now. You can't go to bed now. Peter Yan maxing. She don't care anymore. Yeah, she's just tired. She just wants to get the fuck out of there. She just wants to eat some donuts and shit. Now that the fight camp's over, she made weight. I think after this fight, I think Tatiana Suarez is going to go up to 125. And I think Tatiana Suarez could be a bit of a problem at 125, but 115, like, you could see that this weight cut has drained her cardio a lot. You could see her cardio is taking a big hit from this weight cut. 40 seconds left. Tatiana Suarez sat on her back. Zhang Weili's going to win this via decision. Just shows you how good Zhang Weili is, man. It just shows you how good Zhang Weili is. Like, she is so dangerous. So dangerous. Just so good. What times is it for me? It's currently 5:19 a.m. 5:19 in the morning. Which is the usual for UFC cards now, apparently. Where every single UFC card is going to be 5 a.m. It's going to be 6 a.m. It's going to be 6:30. And this card was a little bit earlier than usual because we've had so many finishes. I suppose a 25-minute decision fight. Telling her to stand up with 2 seconds left. That's legit aura maxing by Zhang Weili. Tatiana Suarez loses the fight 4-1. If any judge doesn't have it like that, they're probably blind. Yeah, good performance by Zhang Weili. I don't understand why people were picking Tatiana Suarez. It doesn't make all that much sense to me. I didn't see the hype. I don't see the hype now. I didn't see the hype then. Look at the Discord. Let me see this. I can't show that on screen, but that is pretty nasty. Did you get that shit checked out? That shit looks like staff. Like 11 a.m. here. Damn, 11 a.m. is such a beautiful time for the card to be out right now. 11 a.m. is legit a beautiful time to watch the UFC. That'd be so good for me too, because you could watch the UFC, make a video, make another video, and then be good. 12:20 a.m. 12:20 a.m. Another fucking nice ass time for the UFC to be on it. The only real close attempt that Tatiana Suarez had was that guillotine. If she managed to lock her legs around when she was jumping for that guillotine, yeah, Zhang Weili hurt her. Zhang Weili hurt her with that left hand, hurt her with that right hand, hurt her with that elbow off the break. Zhang Weili's just the best pound for pound woman on the planet right now. Like, when we're talking about women's mixed martial arts, Zhang Weili's the best. There's nobody even really that close. 10:20, 3:20 in the afternoon, 12:20 a.m. See, you boys are living the fucking good life, man. You guys are living the good life. Having that as your time zone. Meanwhile, I'm sat here struggling. 5 a.m. for me. Kid starts to get tired when it gets to these main events. You know what I mean? We get to these main events, I start to get pretty fucking tired. Pretty fucking tired. And that ruins some main events for me because I'm like, damn, I just want to get out of here. I just want to go to sleep. I said it's the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. I don't know why that's been stuck in my head. It's been stuck in my head for ages. 9:30 p.m. for you. Why haven't you moved out from Ireland? Shit, brother. I ain't got the bread. If I had the bread to just... And also it's impossible to get like a green card. Or like a working visa in America. Unless you got bread. You need to pay like 50K to get like a visa in America. Unless Dana, shit, Dana, you're seeing this, you want to sponsor me? And you want to say like he'll have a job with me if he goes over to America? Shit, Dana, let's do it today. Because I'm sick of these 6 a.m. ones. I'm sick of 6 a.m. main cards. You're from Ipswich? I did not know you were from Ipswich. Like in England, Ipswich? You're from England? I did not think that. Join the army? Fuck no. I'm not trying to get shot at. You are bugging, bro. You are bugging. 49.46, 49.46, 49.45. Damn, they had a 10-8 in there. What, the 10-8 for the arm triangle, probably? Or maybe the round 5. The army will give you a green card. See, but then I'm locked into a fucking military contract for 3 years, brother. I'm not trying to do that shit. I'm all good. I'm all good. Shout out to Zhang Weili and Arkamta. That was such a good fucking performance. That was such a good, like, game plan. Ipswich. Australia has an Ipswich? What the fuck? That's crazy. I never knew that. I know that Georgia has a Dublin. Like that there's not Georgia, Georgia America has a Dublin. 4 here in the US. It can't be 4 for you, right? 4 p.m. Start doing media work for the UFC. Shit, tell Dana to sign me up. I'll sign a contract today. I'll do it for free if you let me keep the YouTube earnings. I don't give a fuck. I'll do all your media shit for free. No bullshit. I didn't realize Ipswich, Australia was even a place. When it's out of Australia, it's like 4 in the morning. When it's out of Australia, it's 4 in the morning. Yeah, but this is the normal time that pay-per-views are on. Like, this pay-per-view isn't any later, is it? Who do I have? Weili versus Valentina? That's a good question. I feel like Zhang Weili's just better, man. I feel like Zhang Weili's just better. I'd love to see her go up and get that double champ shot. I don't know what the fuck she was saying at the end there, but it legit looked like a South Park episode. Texas as a Paris. I'm in Georgia right now. Atlanta, Georgia. I'm doing my mocks in school right now, and I've cooked my sleep schedule for the UFC and the Super Bowl tomorrow. That's what a real motherfucker does, Keelan. That's what a real motherfucker does. I'm competing 3 weeks. My sleep schedule gonna be kind of fucked up. It's guns to be kind of messed up because we gotta watch the UFC, we gotta watch the Super Bowl. That's just what's gotta happen. Weili, the GOAT, dominated every exchange, not even close. Give her a shot at 125. She's gonna kill Granny Val. I'd like to see her get this. Ooh. Damn, I just snapped this little nail filer thing that I had in my hand. But I think she's gonna dominate any woman's fighter that she goes up against. Like, apart from 135, because Kayla Harrison will be a little bit too big. But like 99% of women's fighters, bro, she's just gonna smoke them. She's just too good for them. Merab in the crowd, Joanna Jacek in the crowd. Who else you have, bro? Not that star-studded in Australia. Not gonna lie to you, not that star-studded in Australia. It was good-ish. If you could bulk up, shrink, or stay the same, what division would you want to get a title shot in? Taking into account the legacy of winning and risk of however they dangerous are, of however dangerous they are. Let me bulk up. Let me go to. No, actually, let me stay at 70 and fight Bilal. Probably, I feel like he's the worst champion in the UFC right now. I'm just trying to get the easiest fight. That's the only thing I'm trying to get is the easiest fight. Either that or 205, and let me just try grapple with Alex Pereira. What fight do I want to see the most this year? Probably Jones Aspinall. If not Jones Aspinall, like there's a few that I have down there. I do want to see Conor come back. I'd like to see Conor, maybe Conor Dan Hooker, Conor Gaethje, Conor somebody like that. Like Conor with somebody who's going to scrap with him. I want to see DDP Hamzat. I want to see DDP Pereira. I want to see Jones Aspinall. Islam against Shavkat. They're probably the top 5. They're probably the top 5 I have in my head. I got an orange kid named Dave Blunts. No, that's crazy. Joanna's a baddie. She low-key is kind of bad. Joanna low-key is pretty bad. Worst shampoo is women's 135, whoever she is. Myra Buena. No, it's not Myra Buena Silva. It's Raquel Pennington. No, it's not Raquel Pennington. The fuck is the women's 135 pound champion? Bro, why am I fucking blanking right now? This just shows you how much of a state that division's in, bro. Where the fucking... It's Juliana Pena. How could I fucking forget Juliana Pena? I was thinking to myself, like, they had a fight recently. But you know, like women's 135 should legit be disbanded, bro. Like it should legit be disbanded. That was the easiest money I've made in my life, bro. I'm telling you. I don't know what people saw that I didn't see. Because I saw this fight, like, when I was thinking about the odds and how I'd set the odds, I was like, it should probably be like, Zhang Weili should probably be like minus 250 going into it. You ever seen the rapper Dave Blunts? I have seen Dave Blunts. What the fuck is this little promo thing? They're showing Robert Whittaker swimming with sharks? I think that shit would low-key be fun as fuck to do. But I feel like you're just testing fate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to be in any situation like that where, like, I'm down there just swimming around and all it takes is a shark to, like, turn and be like, you know what? Fuck you, pussy. And just bite the shit out of me. Can't look at Joanna the same after that hematoma. Yeah, no, that was crazy. Bro, it's mind-blowing to me that that's a real photo. Like, how many people, I'd say probably 95% of people that see that photo, like people that didn't watch the actual fight, think that that photo is fake. It's only 12 here, bro. You have, like, Americans have no idea how jealous I am of the time they got to watch sports at. They just never have to cook their sleep schedule. Like, as an American, your sleep schedule never has to be bad. You can sit there. The NFL's always on at a good time. The NBA's always on at a good time. The Premier League's a little bit early, you know. The Premier League can get kind of early, especially those early kickoffs. But normal Premier League's on at like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Like, it's just fucking perfect. It's just perfect. Especially like Champions League games are on like 1, 2 p.m. It's just like, that's beautiful. Father? What's a father? Huh? That clip is so cringy, man. But all rappers are cringy as fuck, bro. When you look at them, like, Lil Uzi Vert is so cringe. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? That guy, Playboy Cardi. What is wrong with that, brother? That guy that walks around wearing that, like, devil chain. I forget what his name is. 6:30 a.m. for you? Damn. So, you gotta be, like, Spain or somewhere, right? Even, like, low-key, I'd much rather these be, like, 7:30 than 5:30. Like, 5:30 is such an awful fucking time just because you can't really wake up for it. You can't really, you know, like, stay up for it that well. Like, if it was 7:30, you could just wake up and watch the fights. You know what I mean? If it was 8:30, you could wake up and watch the fights. But you can't do that over here. You have to stay up pretty much. We here sacrifice sleep to watch the UFC. That's what the real ones do. That's what the real ones do. Also, if I was Weili, I would stomp Suarez lead knee on that cut. If it was John Jones, he would have done it. He would have been stomping the shit out of that knee. Prediction for the main event, I'm going Dricus du Plessis. If you're betting on it, though, go Sean Strickland because he shouldn't be that big of an underdog. Justin would sleep Conor in 2 rounds. I don't know because there's a lot of unanswered questions about his chin after that Max Holloway fight. Like, he got knocked out bad against Max Holloway. I think there are a lot more people watching from the US than most places, so that's why it's at this time. I'm not even sure if that's that true anymore, though. You know what I mean? And I feel like, yeah, that's probably true right now, but it's true because of the time you have it on at. Not because, like, all of the audience are from the US. It's because the time you put it on at is, like, good for US people. When do Saudi cards start for you? Most of the time they start at, like, 2 p.m. is when the prelims start and 5 p.m. is when the main card starts. That shit's, like, elite. Like, that's, like, those Saudi cards are some of my favorite cards ever. That's why I love Turkey Al Sheikh. That's why he's my dog. John Strickland by childhood trauma, round 1. No, that's crazy. Actually, let me see how the Suns did against the Nuggets. Did the Suns beat the Nuggets? I'm guessing it's probably a no. I'm hopeful, but I'm guessing it's probably a no. Lost by 17. Doesn't really surprise me all that much. Did anybody play well for the Suns? KD didn't play. Bradley Beal didn't play. God, this team is dirt that the Phoenix Suns put out. This is like the first overall pick type team that the Phoenix Suns just put out. Tyus Jones, Devin Booker, Ryan Dunn, Royce O'Neal, and Nick Richards. Ugh. That team stinks. Damian Lee's kind of hooping there. Bowl's hooping. Hold on a minute. Legacy bowl game. What did he shoot from the field? What's he shooting from the field today? 3 from 10 from 3 each. 8 from 17 field goals. 4 blocks. 7 rebounds. Bowl. You just got yourself a new contract, bud. Bowling, man. Shout out to Bowl. Taporia pulled out his dick and beat the thickness out of thickness. That is crazy. That is an unbelievably crazy comment. Is Devin Booker still good? I remember him. Devin Booker's decent. Well, no, that's a lie. He's very good. He's elite. He's a I'd say top 15 player in the NBA. I'm probably a little bit biased though. Bull's still in the league. Yeah, still in the league. He's been at the Phoenix Suns for like 3 years now. He's actually getting some PT for the Suns. Like yesterday, he had 24 minutes. Today, he had 33 minutes. If he could just stop fucking shooting threes, he'd be good. Like, Bull, we do not need you to pull up from deep, brother. Main event walkouts are starting to begin, which means this card might actually be over by 6:30, which would be fantastic. D-Book is mid right now. You're tweaking. You're tweaking. The Aaron Fox is not even in the same stratosphere as Devin Booker. How do you see Toporia's brother doing? I see him probably at his max. At the top that I could see him going, it's probably like a top 5 guy. I don't know. Johnson status, it's starting to perk up a little bit, you know what I mean? After that last fight, now that we're getting onto the main event, we're getting onto the biggest fight of the day, one of the biggest fights of the year. Like, this is a fight I've been super, super excited for. This rematch, getting to see these two go at it again, because the first fight was a banger. Sean Strickland, he needs somebody to bring the banger fights out of him. And that's what we're going to get today. Strickland by getting cancelled. DDP by making Strickland cry. That's incorrect figure, Amir. That is an incorrect figure. How did Toporia's brother do? He looked really good, but it was short notice against a guy who just isn't that good. So he kind of got given a little bit of a gimme, but he looked really good in that fight. Strickland walking out. He looks pretty calm. He looks pretty composed. Honestly, this might be the most composed I've seen Sean Strickland on the walkout. I think Topuria would be able to challenge Merab for his belt. Definitely. Oh, well, no. Ooh, no. That Topuria? Definitely not. Alexander Topuria? No. Ilya Topuria? For sure. But Ilya Topuria also could never make 135. Eric Nixick in the corner. I'm very interested to see what Eric Nixick has done and what adjustments he's made for this fight, because he's one of the best coaches in MMA. Like, he's an unbelievable, unbelievable coach for MMA. So I'm very interested to see what he's done differently. What the game plan is for Sean Strickland going into this fight against DDP. And Izzy's 1 or 2 wins away from a title shot if it's Strickland. If it's DDP, he's never getting one. Sean looks ready. The mustache is clean. I actually don't mind the mustache. I've seen a lot of people hating on the mustache. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. What's the name of that stupid looking kick Strickland did at the end of the Costa fight? Question mark kick? Spinning back kick? I don't know. Strickland has staff, by the way. Yeah, you can see it. It's on his left arm. He's got staff. But, like, it's clearly not bothering him that much. I don't know. Maybe it is bothering him a lot, but, like, he could have hid that. 1,000% he could have hid that. Just wear a jumper. Wear a t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that's impossible to hide. So he's pretty barefaced about it. He went out there in, like, a fucking wife beater, which is the most visible thing for it. DDP by Dragon Sickness. Last minute predictions, boys. Last minute predictions. I want a round here, and I want the person who's going to win. If you want full plaudits, I want round, and I want the person who's going to win. That's what I want. I want to see the predictions. How does somebody get staff? It's like a skin disease you get from like dirty mats in jiu-jitsu a lot. You get it from dirty mats in Muay Thai. It's like if you don't wash after doing jiu-jitsu, if you don't shower after doing jiu-jitsu, you'll get it a lot. If somebody who doesn't shower is sweating on the mats, they'll get it, and then you'll get it. Dricus du Plessis, again, also looks pretty composed walking out. Dricus looks pretty composed walking out. Bro, I like those UFC gloves, man. They're just shimmering in that light. I don't know what it is. Usually I never notice them, but the UFC gloves look good there. Like, they look cool as fuck there. It's a long walkout for Dricus, though. I'm fucking kind of, like, they have him going through the entire stadium walking out. DDP round 5 KO. DDP rounds 1, 2, 3, 4. Sean round 5. DDP split decision. Sean split decision. Strickland v decision. Sean round 4. Dricus by TKO. Strickland decision. DDP round 5 decision. DDP round 2 KO. Strickland 49-46. Strickland split decision 48-47. This is as split as it gets from the boys. This is 50-50 picking from the boys. I'm going to say my final prediction, I'm going DDP. I'm going Strickland via decision. I'm going Strickland unanimous decision. Last minute change up. I know it's a last minute change up, and most of the time these don't go very well for me, but I'm feeling it, man. I was going to say DDP, but I couldn't say it. I couldn't say it. My body wouldn't let me say it. I'm going Strickland via decision. Bro, DDP is walking far as fuck, man. He walked far as fuck to get to the cage. Like, they had him walking through the entire parking lot and shit. All those ring girls got him on their story, bro. DDP's definitely smashing one of them motherfuckers, bro. You know for a fact he's hitting that. I said, do. I need Volkanovski to fight again, bro. I need that Volkanovski. I need Volkanovski to walk out again. That's what I need. DDP by falling piano round 3. No, that's crazy. DDP does look kind of yoked. Can't lie to you. He's looking pretty yoked. The back's looking pretty big. He's looking in shape. He's looking in fight shape. I'll tell you that much. But you can see what I mean by when I say that, like, he's not in Yoel Romero shape. Where, like, he's not as defined as Yoel Romero is. He also has, like, the weirdest six-pack ever. He has a similar, like, abs to where I get them, where it's like, I get them, like, above the ribs. Imagine Sean wins and he fights Hamzat in the US. That will be pretty sick. If Hamzat can fucking get to the US, if they'll allow him in, if he stops fucking around with that little Chechenian dictator. The Dutchman is here. Bro, I'm so 50-50 on this fight. Like, even right now, I'm thinking back and forth and I'm going to myself, is it Dricus? Is it Strickland? Like, I'm tempted to flick back to Dricus just in my head as I think about it. Is anyone as yoked as Yoel Romero, though? No. But that's why someone was asking earlier saying, like, who's more, like, who's got a better physique, Dricus du Plessis or Yoel Romero? And I was like, it's got to be Dricus. It should have been today what I give to the crowd roar when Volk comes out. Yeah, I can't believe that they had no Australians on this, on like the main event. You know what I mean? Like, you've got so many good ones. Volkanovski, Topuria at 312 would have been a sick main event. Ilia Topuria, though, probably didn't want to fight in Australia just for the money. Because that's the big problem with Australia is the money, man. Dricus du Plessis has a 2-0 record when being outstruck by opponent, beating Adesanya and Strickland. Historically, UFC fighters who get outstruck win 19% of fights. So Dricus just gets outstruck and wins the fights anyway. Hopefully this is a banger like the first. I can't see it being any different. I can't see it not being a banger. Alex Pereira staring down at Dricus du Plessis. Is he going to be the man that's going to have to get revenge for him in a few months? He did kiss his coach again. Yeah, he probably does it every time. He probably likes the attention he gets from doing it too. He's a freak. Bruce Buffer introducing the boys. It's time. No, I thought he was introducing the champ first. I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen him do that before in my entire life. Tax really isn't that high here. Tax really isn't that high here for higher rate. It's less than the UK, is it? Why do so many fighters not want to fight in Australia then? It must be to do with, like, the tax you get on if you come into the country. Like, if you're a UFC fighter, you take it and then leave. There's got to be some tax on that. Because they talk about it 24/7. Like, they never talk about it for the London cards. But they talk about it all the time with the Australian cards. Alex jumps in as a substitute. Oh, shit, I'd love to see that. He tags him in after round 3. To be fair, Dricus right now probably walking around weighs the fucking same as him. Dricus is so big. Like, he cuts close to what Alex Pereira would have cut to make 185. They're staring each other down. First one to blink's a bitch. Bro, I'd love to get a sense of the emotions for both of these guys as this is happening, like, as they're walking out. You got to pay tax both sides for Australia. Yeah, so you got to pay American tax and Australian tax. That fucking stinks. Like, that's absolutely awful. That means you're paying, like, close to 60% tax. I'm pretty sure in Ireland you have to do the same thing. If you don't get a green card in America, you have to do the same thing where you have to pay tax in Ireland and then pay tax in America too. 7th undefeated fighter to lose their O in 2025, Tatiana Suarez. Damn, that's a crazy fact. That is a crazy fact. I love DDP shorts. Yeah, I like them too. They're pretty good. Why does Sean Strickland not have custom ones? He just said, like, fuck that. Fuck your custom shorts. I think that Sean Strickland would have sick custom shorts if he just had, like, an eagle right across the front. Just a big fucking bald eagle. And then the American flag on the pants. I feel like he'd like those. Clean shaved Dricus got rocked by Darren Till. Let's hope Strickland bursts out the power. I don't think Strickland can KO. I don't think Strickland has the power to KO. Not a good year for undefeated fighters. Facts. Good thing neither of these guys are undefeated. Dricus du Plessis 7-0 as a UFC favorite, -220 favorite. He's only 6'1" too, which is kind of crazy to me because he's not exactly a big 85er. Like, he's not a very big 85er. He's just fucking huge in there. Bro, I'm nearly getting cramps in my hamstring and my calf. If I get a cramp mid fucking fight, I'm gonna be absolutely livid. Dricus does look ready to go, to be fair. Dricus does look ready to go. I wonder, is there a lot of Australian fans that travel over there for Dricus? 25 minutes of jabs and teeps. I'm starting to yawn now, boys. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. A little bit tired. Pistol in the waistband, Strickland's fight shorts would go hard. Yeah, that would be hard as fuck. Like, Strickland could actually have some dope fight shorts. We're about to start, boys. Fight's about to get kicked off. Here we go. I forget what the guy's name that used to do that was, but his intros for the UFC used to be sick. It literally won't let me hit 4. Literally will not let me hit the number that I need to hit. Can you work, please? Fucking timer, man. This timer always just goes at the worst times. It's unbelievable. I'm getting the timer on. We are 20 seconds. Timer's going to be a little bit behind, but that's just a reference point, boys. If anybody needs the actual full-on time of what my shit's like to sync it up, I can call it out. I can call it out if you need it. It's at 4:28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. Strickland, first guy to throw a teep in this fight. That's not what I expected to see. Du Plessis was the first guy to throw a teep in the fight. Nice little calf kick by Dricus. Strickland clearly looking to come in with that jab. Looking to come in with that jab. Trying to throw that one too. It's high level though. You can see already that nice question mark kick by Dricus. That one caught Sean Strickland. Then he tries to go high again, misses on it. Tries to go for that jab to the body, misses. Nice calf kick once again. Bro, Dricus is looking good. His striking's looking good. He looks to be in good flow here. Strickland doing a good job of maintaining forward pressure, pushing back. That's one of the big things for Strickland for me. That's a huge key for Strickland, is he needs to push Dricus du Plessis back. Who's your personal go to the UFC? John Jones. 3 minutes 20 left inside round 1. Kind of been a slower round 1 than I like. I didn't expect either guy to come out super, super fast. I didn't expect either guy to come out like fucking Connor trying to take somebody's head off. But I did expect the round 1 to be a little bit faster than this. It's a little bit slow for my liking. Nice jab to the body by Dricus once again. If I'm Strickland, man, I'm looking for those uppercuts. Uppercuts, left hooks. You can see that Dricus keeps that right hand pretty far out. So if you can throw that nice little spinning back kick to the body by Dricus, kind of lands. Nearly halfway through the first round here. Nice one too by Dricus. Don't land though. Does not land. It's honestly been a very close round 1 so far. Been a super, super close round 1. Not that much going on it. Where you have Strickland's obviously doing Strickland things, trying to establish the teep, trying to establish the jab. Du Plessis gone a little bit more to the calf kicks than I would have thought. He's gone a little bit more heavy kickboxing than I would have thought. But as of right now, it's pretty much all on script. It's all pretty much as we thought it was going to be. Do it for Nina, Sean. Nina Marie Danielle. I'll be real, boys. I'm fucking tired right now. The kid is tired. My body's so confused as to what my sleep schedule is that it's like the body wants sleep right now. But I'm telling the body that we need the energy. We got to, like, there's no chance I'm going to sleep within these next 30 minutes. There's not a single chance, because this fight has decision written all over it. After this first round, I can tell you, boys, bet the shit out of the over on this fight. Even if it's 4.5 rounds, bet the over. Because this fight is just not going to go the distance. Like, nobody's getting KO'd here. Nobody's getting finished here. No way. What, is that not her name? Nina Marie Danielle? The fuck is her name? Did I say that wrong, Nina? Is that a different Nina? Might be. No, it was the correct Nina. Yeah, I was correct. I didn't realize she was 36, bro. Like, she's old as fuck. God damn. Get some caffeine in between rounds? Yeah, bro. There's no caffeine here. If I had caffeine, I would take it. We might have to go rice cake. That might be the only one. For fumbling your sleep schedule this bad every few weeks, brother, it gets bad. Let me tell you, it's not a fun process to do. But that's what we gotta do, you know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. Some people want it, some people really want it. 30 seconds left in round one. It's been like the most stereotypical by the book round one that you could ever predict for this fight. Legit the most stereotypical round one that you could predict for this fight. That timer is now about 6 seconds behind, by the way. Maybe 8 seconds behind, actually. Dricus probably did that a little bit more. I'm leaning Dricus on this round. Probably did just enough to clinch it, but it was close-ish. I think that Dricus just more active, landed more shots. Round one has finitoed. Let me see if there's something here. We'll grab a little rice cake. We'll grab a little rice cake, see if this can do something for me. Rice cake, water. That's what we're going with. Fuck caffeine. You don't need caffeine. Dricus don't look too tired either. Dricus does not look too tired. Obviously, Sean Strickland legit never gets tired. But Dricus don't look too tired. And he looks like he's actually absorbing what the people in his corner are telling him. Like, he was having a full-on conversation with his corner right there, which is good to see. Yeah, DDP 1-0. Yeah, I think that's DDP. It was close-ish, but it also wasn't all that close, you know what I mean? Four minutes 55. Round two has begun. Sean Strickland and DDP kind of embraced each other as they were coming out. They kind of had a smile to each other, had a nod. This is not the to the death that I was expecting, if I'm being completely honest with you. I was expecting them to go a little bit harder. Like Sean Strickland talking about, we're going to try and murder each other in there. Definitely didn't try and murder him in that first round. We'll see about the second round, but definitely did not try and murder him in that first round. Good teep by Strickland. That's something he needs to start to be able to set up. If he can't get that teep going, he's going to be in real trouble for pretty much this entire fight. Like, he's going to be in a lot of trouble for the rest of this fight if he cannot get that teep going. Damn, bro, that rice cake gave me a little burst of energy. It fucking hit me immediately. Shout out to fucking rice cake getting shit done. Nice little calf kick by Dricus too. What is this power non-power statistic that they're showing? Apparently Dricus throws 61% of his punches with power. I don't know what the fuck that means. Strickland throws 39% of the ones with power. Or 41% of the ones with power. Strickland once again trying to impose that jab, but he's not having much success. Neither of them has kind of found something that they can lean on yet. Like, there's nothing that they're really trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, Dricus is just almost looking more active. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure how much more he's landing. I'm not sure if he's doing that much better in the fight, but he just looks more active. Like, Strickland almost looks too chill. I really would like to see Strickland try turn up the pressure. Like, really try break him with his cardio. Ooh, that one opened the cut on Sean Strickland. I'm not sure if that's his lip or that's his nose or where that blood is coming from. Nice jab by Sean Strickland. That was nice. Super nice counter jab. See, this is where I need the mods, bro. This is where I need the mods. Amir, that's a great job out of you, Amir. That's a great job out of you. That was fast. That was fast, Amir. Shout out, Amir. W, Amir. 2 minutes 28 left inside round two. So far, Sean Strickland is not throwing enough. Sean Strickland, in the first round, it was fine. Second round, we gotta up this pressure cooker a little bit. You know what I mean? We gotta up this pressure cooker a little bit. We gotta start to really try push the pressure on Dricus du Plessis. Starting to do it that little bit more now. Open up a cut on Dricus du Plessis' nose. If you're Sean Strickland, the last thing you want to be in this fight is a counter puncher. If I'm him, I want to start the offense. I want to bring it to Dricus. Dricus tries to land a big right overhand, doesn't really land. That cut, by the way, is on Sean Strickland's chin. It's like right here. I think Sean got hit with, I think it was just like a little jab or a right hand or something. Maybe it was a headbutt, but I don't think that there's been any headbutts. 1 minute 37 left inside round 2. Once again, like Sean Strickland's defense does look good here, and I'm probably leaning Strickland on this round, but a takedown would seal it. Like there's a bunch of stuff that you could do that would seal this, round from. Just need to see him get that a little bit more active. Like Dricus du Plessis looks like he's throwing more. I literally don't know how to explain it, other than he just looks more active, which looks good in my eyes. I know the judges are seeing the same thing. Like Strickland, throw out a jab, you know what I mean? Throw a calf kick, throw something just to throw something, throw a body kick. Throw something that you're not even trying to damage them all that much with, but you're just trying to stay active on the feet. It's just a volume game. You're trying to win this second round. Because if he loses the second round, he's in trouble. He's in trouble if he loses the second round. Because to say that Strickland's not going to win round 3, 4, or 5 is not a bet that I'd take. We've seen very little to no wrestling, though. We've seen pretty much no wrestling so far in this, which is interesting. Need something for Sean Strickland towards the end of this round, too, because Dricus is slowly but surely starting to steal it. Need something here from Sean. Need something here. 10 seconds left in round 2. Sean Strickland really didn't do much for like the last 2 minutes of this round. I think he was poor for the last 2 minutes of this round when I thought he was going to win. That's another close round. That one super close, could go either way. Super close, could go either way. I have it as probably 2-0. It's close, but I'm leaning 2-0. It's close. That round's one where I feel like you can't really get it wrong, but I'm leaning DDP 2-0. I'm leaning, yeah, like what the fuck is Pereira talking to Sean Strickland about in his corner? Somebody needs to tell him that he needs to up the volume, though. Because the volume just isn't good enough from him right now. Like, if you're going up against Dricus and you're a guy like Sean Strickland, you should throw fucking 3 times the amount of strikes that he does. This insane, incredible cardio that you tell everybody about, you gotta see it, bro. You gotta see it, though. We have to see this incredible cardio. What did his corner say to him? Did his corner say that shit to him? Because if it is good corner work, the thing that pisses me off the most is when corners are like pussies around fighters. And they're saying like, you're doing okay. Well done, bro. It's like, no, fucking tell him what needs to be said. Stop pussyfooting around. Four minutes 35 left inside round 3. Most of the people have it as 2018 DDP heading into round 3. The only game plan could be that Sean's going to counter on DDP gassing out after the third, but he didn't do that in the first fight, and he didn't really do that against Izzy, so I don't understand why you would implement that in your game plan. With the old Dricus, maybe. With the old Dricus, I can kind of see it. With this Dricus, it doesn't make much sense to me to do that, to have that down there as your game plan. They basically said, turn the shit up, we're 2 rounds down, which is good advice. I love that advice. Go out there and fucking, put the pressure on him a little bit. Put this walking forward. Let's start to run at this motherfucker. Let's really start to put him under some pressure. Let's really start to get the deep breath, start to test his cardio. Good rip to the body. That's what you need to do if you're Sean Strickland, honestly. Hit Dricus with a few blitzes of your own. Yeah, no, Dricus is a huge favorite as we get into round 3. He's a minus 620 favorite. 3 minutes 20 left in this round 30. Honestly, if you're Strickland here, we need to see something, man. Just throwing this jab is not enough. Just throwing this jab is not enough because Dricus is answering that jab. Then he has a spinning back kick. Then he has a calf kick. Then he has this. Then he has that. Then he has this. Then he has that. He's giving you all of these different looks. He's giving you all of these different problems to solve, and you're just currently not solving any of the problems. And I don't really understand it. I don't see why. 2 minutes 50 left inside round 3. Need to see something, Strickland. Need to see something. What, did he hit him low? I don't even know who got hit low there, but somebody got hit low. Once again, Dricus is doing a good job when he gets to that inside, man. The body kicks, the calf kicks, the jab. Like, he's doing a good job when he gets to the inside of just staying busy. Whereas I'm not getting the same impression from Strickland. Strickland's almost coasting. It's like watching Sean against Merab, where it's like, we know you can do better in the striking, but what are you worried about? You worried about your cardio? Is it the staff that he had? Is that kind of draining him a little bit? He's not as, like, his cardio is not as reliable because he has staff. I don't understand why he's not thrown. He needs to up the pace. He needs to up the volume. Because if he loses this round, Dricus can essentially coast to a decision. And as of right now, Dricus has just thrown that little bit more. He's been that little bit more effective. Halfway through the fight now, over halfway through the fight, and Sean Strickland has not changed up the game plan. We need to see something from Strickland. Need to see him. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's push. Let's push. People are booing, damn. People are not fucking with Strickland. Or du Plessis. To be fair, like, Strickland, I can understand it, man. Like, all of this talk on the fucking press conferences about to the death, to the death, to the death. Me and him are going to go on there and put a war. This ain't a war, brother. This is a fucking Cold War. That's what this shit is. Ain't no battles. Ain't no fights here. Dricus du Plessis trying to do his best to, and obviously he's winning the fight so far. Like, the thing is, Sean Strickland too, it's not even like he's getting clipped or anything crazy. Like, his defense looked good. His offense looks good. He's just not fucking throwing enough of it. You know what I mean? Like, throw the shit you need to throw. And now we're going with these inflatable arms punches. Let's get the technique back, brother. I could see this shit in a bar down fucking like 100 meters from my road. I could see people fighting like that. 40 seconds left, round 3. This is another round for DDP. It's another round for DDP. And at this point, we're relying on Sean Strickland to get a finish in either round 4 or round 5, which I'm not sure if that's in Sean Strickland's bag. I'm not sure if it's in Sean Strickland's bag to get a finish in round 4 or round 5. Dricus lands a takedown towards the end too. 10 seconds left inside the round. I want to see that entry to that takedown really quick again. What do you used to do? Feint the jab up top. Yeah, ducks under the jab, gets to a double leg. Doesn't actually manage to finish it properly, but if you're Sean Strickland, you probably need a finish in round 4, round 5. In fact, I'd say you definitely need to finish in round 4, round 5. You're down 3 rounds now. We have got to go. We have got to go. We have got to go. Sean looks sleepy for some reason. I'm starting to think that staff is playing a bigger part than we might think, than we might know. Because, like, he's just not himself. Like, you can just see that you can just see his cardio doesn't look as good. He doesn't look as sharp. He looks pretty slow. He's getting hit by shit that he wasn't getting hit by in the past. His hands don't look as fast. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I didn't hear about that shit. Why? Where'd you see that shit, Polarman? Look at the live odds. Yeah, bro. The live odds are crazy. But that's understandable. For me, Dricus is up 3-0. You're essentially betting on Sean Strickland to get a finish in round 4, round 5, or the judges to mess up, or the judges to give a bad scorecard. And I don't see either happening, being real. Was third round DDP or Strickland? I had it as DDP. Yeah, he did also have that. He didn't finish that takedown, but he did technically get it. To be fair, staff is a legit excuse. Like, him having staff is a legit thing. I don't think that's him crying. Minus 420. So they obviously think that the last round was closer. They think that Strickland might have won the last round, which I don't really see. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm tweaking, but I do not see that. Dricus du Plessis landed 26 leg kicks in this fight. His previous best before was 24, and we're only starting round 4. Was the Weili fight good? It was good. The Weili fight was interesting. It was actually probably a lot better than this fight. Like, this fight's been decent. It's been okay, but it hasn't been great. 3 minutes 50 left inside round 4. Now DDP starting to chase down Sean Strickland a little bit. You're not going to be able to finish Strickland that same way. Strickland's starting to hold on to his nose. Got a big cut on his nose. Big cut on his nose. Nose starting to leak a little bit. You can't hold it like that, brother. You got to keep your hands up. You got to fight still. Dricus kind of smelling a little bit of blood in the water. Looking for a finish in round 4. Strickland, get your respect, man. Get your respect a bit, Strickland. God, his nose is fucked, though, bro. Round 4, is it? Yeah, it's round 4 currently. We're about halfway through round 4. Currently, Dricus du Plessis in my scorecards is up 3-0 and is dominating the 4th too. Sean Strickland just has a broken nose recently. His nose is leaking blood. And I think that's kind of stopping him, inhibiting him. Dricus du Plessis starting to chase him down, starting to really push for that finish. To the death. It looks like that there's only one man that's going to die out here tonight. And he is not of South African heritage. Boys, this is what I kind of predicted with this card. I hate to say it, but this is what I kind of predicted. Where I was thinking the fights that aren't that good, like the early prelims, the prelims, the fights where you're like, they're not going to be that great. Those fights were actually sick. And then the main event, the co-main, haven't been that good. Just have not been that good. Like, this has been a kind of boring fight. Has not been a great fight. It's good because it's a main event, and it's good because it's got a lot of jeopardy. But, like, this is... I don't know. We're not seeing, like... I don't see a big chance that somebody gets finished here, and Sean Strickland seems to be content to go to decision and lose on decision. When, realistically, he needs to push for a finish, like, badly. I said TKO late rounds by DDP. I was thinking... I flipped back and forth constantly in my prediction, to be honest. Nina sat over there looking at Sean Strickland, bro. Looking at him get the dog shit beat out of him. Yeah, no, his nose is screwed. His nose is absolutely fucked. Like, it's broken. He's looking up at the timer now, which obviously means he's a little bit more tired. 1 minute 35 left inside round 4. This has been all Dricus du Plessis domination. Because Sean Strickland looks wild, man. Like, he's not as calculated as he usually is. He doesn't look like he's precise as he usually is. He's just kind of throwing shit to throw shit, which is what you don't want to see, bro. If you're watching a UFC fighter that you want to win, the last thing you want them to do is just start throwing shit to throw shit. Unless Sean gets an uppercut or something when DDP throws and his head goes down. DDP winning unanimous decision is probably going to be 5-0, maybe 4-1. Someone predicted that DDP would win the first 4 and Strickland would win the 5th round. I can't remember who predicted that, but somebody predicted it. And right now, that's looking like an insane prediction. 45 seconds left in round 4. DDP lands a nice 1-2. Sean Strickland showing really no signs of life here. Really no signs of life. I'd honestly expect him to wrestle or something. Do something to try to take him off his game a little bit. Because right now, nothing that he's doing is working. Like, nothing that he's doing is working right now. He just doesn't seem to be able to put shit together that can really trouble DDP. Like, he's just... Every combination looks like it's not landing. Every punch looks like it's going wayward. Round 4's ended. That's 4-0 for me. That's 4-0 DDP for me going into the 5th. Strickland needs a finish. It does not look like he's going to get a finish at all. Strickland looks like he's kind of broken, I'll be real. Strickland looks like he's a little bit mentally broken. I wanted Sean to win because I like his style more, but DDP had more chances to improve. Yeah, like most of the time, I think you take more from a loss, but it doesn't seem like he's really taken anything from this loss. Yeah, the nose got broken just from a clean right hand over the top. Just a little overhand right. He probably thought DDP was going to try to wrestle. That doesn't really make much sense for DDP to try to wrestle him. Maybe, I suppose he did submit Izzy, but like DDP was able to keep up with you on the feet. I think that the wrestling's not something that they were going to target. Unless he targeted a lot of wrestling defense just in anticipation that that Sean Strickland would. Why? How did I forget the guy in the main event fighting? That Sean Strickland would shoot. Whether Sean Strickland would try to wrestle a lot. So maybe both of them just drilled a lot of defensive wrestling. They should stop the fight. Nah, no shit never gets stopped. It has to be like eyebrow for it to get stopped. Neck, it might get stopped. I'm trying to think anywhere else. Obviously, if you get eye poked or something, you can get stopped. We're into the 5th now, boys. Think this one's already over, being real with you. Don't see shit happening here for Sean Strickland. Looks like a pretty free title offense from Dricus du Plessis. Looks like he goes in with a fat stack of cash. And another defense on the belt. Sean's corner calling for elbows, throw all the shit in the last round. And see, the thing is, he's getting pushed onto his back foot. Even in this 5th round, he's getting pushed onto the back foot. Yeah, I don't know about Sean Strickland, boys. I really don't know about Sean Strickland. This has been a bad performance. This has been a really, really bad performance. I'm not even sure where he really goes after this. I'm excited to see DDP Hamzat, but like Strickland, brother, what the fuck are we doing, man? This has been awful. This has been truly, truly awful from him. I think the staff must have affected him a lot more than we thought. The staff must be affecting him because we've never seen a Strickland come out here and be this timid, bro. Like Strickland's legit coming out here and just being shy. He's like me when I walk into a hallway and I see it's full of girls, bro. He's just sitting there blushing up, shy. Won't throw shit. Like, please, Strickland, man. You have fucking like 210 seconds. 210 seconds. Why does get stopped on an eyebrow? Most time because the blood's dripping into your eye and your eyebrow can legit like fall off. Like that needs like 15, 20, probably more stitches if your eyebrow starts to fall off like that. Whereas your nose, it can get broken, but it can't really fall off, you know what I mean? 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in round 5. Dricus once again dominating. Dricus's cardio looks good. Strickland's game plan has been terrible. Like, I'd love to know what Eric Nixick talked about. What was the game plan going into this fight? Because this just looks like nothing. Like, it looks like nothing's working. It looks like he's not putting together anything. Looks like that there's no adjustments made. Like, Dricus is completely controlling this fight. Who's up? DDP's up 4-0 right now in the 5th round. DDP's going to win this fight. With 2.5 minutes left, I can pretty much guarantee that DDP wins this fight. And boys, I'll be real, I'm starting to get sleepy. I feel like I'm watching a Bilal Muhammad fight because the kid's starting to get a little bit sleepy. I'm starting to get a little bit sleepy. Hamzat's going to sub DDP. That's an interesting fight, but I can't wait for that fight. I suppose I should have known this one was going to decision. The over for 4.5 rounds was hitting on the shit. I don't know why nobody's given DDP a chance against Hamzat. He's never fought someone the size of DDP. I don't think he'll have an easy time taking him down and submitting him. I don't think that he'll have an easy time either, but it's an unstoppable object it's an immovable object meets an unstoppable force with DDP's weirdness and Hamzat Chimaev's weirdness. 1 minute 40 left inside round 5, boys. This is it. Do or die. 90 seconds for Sean Strickland. Like, getting outlanded by Dricus is crazy. No 10-7s, very few 10-8s, to be honest. I think we had 1 or 2 10-8s. A lot of finishes, though. $1:15 left in round 5. Like, Strickland has shown nothing to show that he's going to push on and he's going to do something here and he's going to, he's going to maintain it. He's going to be the one that's able to go by. Nice question mark kick by DDP. He's added that to his arsenal recently. It's really good. That little question mark kick that he throws is really nice. Throws it really well now. Like, that was the first strike I think that he landed on DDP. Previous question that I asked, I forgot what you asked. Oh, a fight that I want to see get announced this month. Let me see. That's a good question. I want to see probably Bilal Shavkat get announced. Make that like the UFC 315 or whatever. Let me see Bilal Shavkat as a reasonable fight too. Or shit, give me some hope and have Jones Aspinall at least look like it's going to happen. 10 seconds left in round 5. Strickland loses the fight. This fight's over. To the death was not true. Sean Strickland came in here, looked poor. Didn't look great. DDP gets another defense on the belt. Sean Strickland just couldn't really do shit. Got beat up. DDP looked good though. DDP looked really, really good, man. DDP looks really, really good. Next fight for DDP is Hamzat. Next fight for Strickland is, I don't know who. Maybe Imavov. Somebody like that. What a performance from DDP though. That was a fantastic performance from DDP. Wins every single round. 50-45 Strickland. That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. DDP is top 20 of all time. It's confirmed. I don't know about top 20 of all time. He definitely didn't pass McGregor or Cejudo. But that was a great performance, man. I want to see him against Hamza. I want to see him against Hamza super bad. Him against Hamza should be super, super fun, bro. That should be an elite of the elite fight. That should be an elite of the elite fight. We'll wait for them to make it official before we hop off. But I'm 90% sure that this is 50-45. Yeah, Sean Strickland had no forward pressure. Looked like he couldn't throw shit. Looked like he couldn't land shit. I don't know what the fuck was up with Sean Strickland there. But like that was not good, bro. That was a terrible performance from Strickland. Obviously, DDP looked really good, and you have to give plaudits to DDP, but Strickland looked awful. He just like didn't give him a single problem at all. Sean Izzy 2 for retirement. DDP versus Hamza. Kaio versus Fluffy. Kaio versus Allen / Fluffy winner. Strickland versus whoever is left. Yeah, I don't know who they give him. Sean Strickland gives DDP the finger as they're about to announce the decision. Sean Strickland just can't beat him, and I don't know who at 85 can beat him if it's not for Hamza Chimaev. 3Ks 2 plessis wins in what I can only presume was 350-45s. Yeah, that was not a good performance from Strickland. Not a good performance at all, but DDP looked incredible. All right, well, boys, I appreciate everybody that tuned in and showed love in the watch party. If I can't sleep in like the next 10 minutes, I'm going to hop on and do the post-fight, but turn on the noties. You'll get a notification for it. You'll see it in the recommended. And if not, I'll see all you boys tomorrow. We'll get one, try get 2 videos up. Enjoy the Super Bowl. And yeah, I should see you boys soon-ish. Watch party's going to get a little bit scattered just because obviously competing, and I don't want my sleep schedule to be super fucked up for when I'm in competition. So watch parties might be a little bit scattered, but you'll see. I'll talk about it in the videos. I'll talk about it in everything.